inside the coffee machine. Gonna trade some stocks live with you guys, hang out with y'all today, and see what happens. So good luck, everybody. Not financial advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. Let's have a good day today. Let me know what you're trading, you guys. Having trouble still with the uploads. Last live and some of the videos have not been able to get up. So one of the reasons why I'm low on the content, views are low, but it's all good because portfolio is up and things are looking good. So it is what it is. Market is open. I'm going to make some coffee and we'll see what happens. Hopefully we can meet some people today, get some subscribers. Definitely need subscribers. I don't make any money from this. Hopefully one day. But yeah, if you like cheap stocks, if you like undervalued stocks that could be runners, 2, maybe 3 of the stocks that I gave you guys yesterday during the live were runners this morning, was up over 10%. So not saying I know what I'm talking about, but hey, sometimes I get something right. So let's go. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Market just opened. Got 2 minutes into opening bell. So market's heading down, looks like. Turn this music off. All right. This is now $2 in the money, and we are monsters on Google. So yeah, buddy, good trade there. Oh, Google. And there goes Google right to the top side right now. We're monsters right now. This now. I know I said that yesterday. I'm not trying to say it, but there goes 335 to change, nice upside play. There goes Palantir as well. All that happened. Welcome in, you guys. Good morning. Just watching the market. Let me know what you guys are trading, and I'll take a look at it if I can. Just seeing what's out here right now. A lot of the stocks that we talked about yesterday are doing well this morning.
Yeah, dip buys, breakouts, pretty much everything seems like it's working so far. SMR did get right into 2070. Trying to press
GameStop's up this morning 3%. Looks good. 22.30.
Now it's trying to fill in the entirety of the gap here. But again, nothing else is really moving. I want to quickly jump over to INTC.
GE's down.
Now, forget about that buying balance. That didn't mean a heck of a lot of anything. Already $1 to the downside. 53 was the only support level. And then if you don't hold that, I guess you got the gap down into $50 that you can play around with.
ROLR though, we talked about that one yesterday. It was down yesterday, and it's up 20%. So if you were in the live yesterday and you got into that one, congrats. I was really close.
We're looking for it into 21.
You know, hey, it is what it is, but it could drop back down. It's still down 61% for the week, so Watch that one, ROLR. It's up 23% right now.
Meta up 4%. Is this the moment for Meta? Maybe, but it needs to pull over that 53 moving average. I want to see it break.
POLA might be breaking out here.
Let's see if we can find it. Tesla's still in the dumps. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, Tesla. All right, so out here, I'm gonna try 167 again, but it does break through that 166.75. So
DJT, Trump stocks up. Man, straight up too. Hate him or love him, man. Stock is booming right now. Right. And we talked about AREB yesterday, American Rebel. So if you got into that one, congratulations. During the live, we talked about it, and I was feeling really good about it. Was hoping I could get it cheaper, but it's up 15%. And hey, it could drop. It could definitely drop. It was up 26% this morning. So, shoosh. Virgin Galactic is up 2%. We were in and out of that one yesterday. It was a great trade for us. Would have probably liked to hold on to it, but sometimes you just can't. You just can't hold on to them. All right, SXTP is the leading stock in the market right now. It's up 240%, $6, $7. It's flying. SXTP. Number one stock right now.
But SNDK got 5% in this here. Yeah, we're really starting to get rid of 475. I want to be moving 10 on SMR. Speak. It's going to be like a put up or shut up for this on formula press.
Let me know what you guys are trading, and I will take a look at it. Just looking for opportunities in the market. There was a lot of opportunities yesterday, so probably going to be less opportunities for me. But let me know what you guys are trading, and I will definitely take a look at it. Hey, thank you. What's up, Tribute? Good morning, you guys. Hope you guys make some money today. We did well yesterday, so one reason why I'm live right now, and also not looking to really jump into anything, but Netflix is down right now. Again, 84.42. So Netflix, if it drops some more here, I'll pick up a few shares. Spotify's down too. JAGX up 13%. I told you guys about this one yesterday. JAGX popping 88 cents, up 10%. Man, oh man. I wanted it to drop more. I didn't really like it there, but everybody else did. 90 cents. So JAGX is up. Like I said, it is what it is. If I don't get a trade in today, I'm not going to be upset about it. I know there's going to be an opportunity. It's just when. What time today is it going to be? What stock is it going to be that I like? A lot of stocks are popping though. Market's looking good. And PAPL's up too. I mean, it's not, but it's still down 6%, but it's headed back up. I wanted to get that one cheaper as well. BBAI.
Yeah, with an acquisition this morning.
Really?
Oh, yes, there's a catalyst for BBAI, not just sort of randomly saying it. But look, SMCI, don't chase.
BBAI, they're saying there's a catalyst for it, and could be going back down.
To the upside here, so I want to see if I can get it for the VWAP, give it to about 32.90. As even remains checking out the temperature. You know it's cold, man. Oh, it's freezing in here. It's legit cold. No, seriously. So we just got into SMCI.
It's legit cold. BBAI, watch out for that one.
Doesn't matter as much really, but
Acquisition.
Like 33 is the key.
Oh, then it pops again.
33 was the key.
My signal must be off.
It just also so happens to correspond with the volume weighted average price. So yes, it's bouncing off the up, but it has more to do with 33. I want to play this back into the high. The reason I'm playing it back into the pre-market high is this is still a false break. This is a false break to the lower high. So it's a scalp trade which will prove it otherwise. And we got a super chat from Jeep Limited. I got a picture. Market waiting on PCE at 10. Maybe. I mean, do we care that much about the data? I don't know. I'm inclined to think that
Yeah, it's true. That is true. That's a good point. Which rare earth mineral. Yeah, that's a good something to look into. For sure. I'm just watching the market, you guys. I don't play games or anything like that. It's literally just I look at one stock and then I'm off to look at another stock and looking at updates, reading about the market or whatever. So you know. I mean, it's not a bad idea if something does happen again over there, but I don't know. I don't know much about it. But I literally don't even have a game on my phone. I stopped playing games years ago. Raya's up too. We talked about that one yesterday. Who tuned in doesn't even invest. Oh, for real? You don't even invest? I hear you, man. Thanks for tuning in, though. Thanks for the comments. Appreciate it. It helps out. You know, it does. I trade pretty much every day.
Trade, the more I'm going to like it. So as long as we're making higher lows, we find that this one, what happened?
Can you guys hear the TV or no? Do I need to turn it up some?
No,
I'll turn it up some.
Already headed back down to the only short we really like. I don't want to chase it too far, but I'll come down to try to pick this one up. The market's going to be weak.
What's up, lazy slacker? I like that name. I'm going to turn the TV up a little bit so you guys can hear the updates and stuff that they're talking about. I don't think you guys can hear it.
you talking about China? China. Specifically Alibaba. This is not going to matter if Alibaba's not going to get to $173 the way it's going to pop up 5%. They're spinning off their chip unit, or they're talking about spinning off the chip unit.
Do I use? I have about the same bulb, but like 13 or 14, 12 or 13 maybe, somewhere around there. I got kind of like a little cheap little shaver, so maybe higher than that. Yeah, probably like 13 or 14.
Would look pretty promising, and maybe Tesla's waiting to do something positive when Elon comes on.
Oh, Elon's coming on. Elon's about to talk?
Another break of 160. I just want to keep trying this 167. I think it's going to be something. I mean, like get above
You shave all with?
But I just
I'm gonna pull it up over here. I don't know if you guys can hear it.
I'm hoping to catch this one on a bid through the market. So like if the market starts to rip, so will this, and if the market continues, I believe this will as well. We get, that's the better thing about what I'm doing today is although we did have good shares when it fell onto our lap, especially with Google, we didn't get our full fill.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Hey, thank you, brother. You too. Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate it. Really do. All right, let me turn this one up.
What's going on with that play here? Looks like Palantir is making a move lower. Okay, so personal income versus spending coming out at 10 blocks.
That way it'll sound better over here. The man, baby.
To enterprise grade systems. Everything is
Looks like it's trying to do that right now at 637. So you're talking about it holding 636. Looks like that is go time right there for Meta. And then just a quick check-in on some of the banks. And we'll do like a little bit of the sector watch as well in a minute. JP Morgan up 1.3%. That's a nice story. We looked at Bank of America earlier as well, hoping for that.
Disney?
Upside,
Let me look at Disney.
Almost exact the same move there. And then XOM into the energy space up to 133.
It's been a while since I bought Disney.
Wow, look a little bit higher. 133.50 was in there, but right where we opened up here for XOM, so not.
Yeah, it's doing well today, isn't it?
There. But yeah, for me, just sort of holding out to wait to see if Google can once again retake this 335. A couple good outs there, and I'm not buying this dip, right? So we're buying it down here if it can come into 331.50.
Looking for a dip though. I typically don't buy green stocks. I do sometimes, but
advantage and you're a savvy Canadian investor of these moves. You want to boost that exposure.
do a lot better when I buy.
S&P 500 with Beta Pro's 3x daily leverage ETFs. They've got built-in
When I
FX
buy the
hedging,
dip.
aiming to amplify short-term market moves. While
SXTP though,
minimizing the
man,
impact of
it's
currency
just on
swings.
fire.
So, whether you're feeling bullish or bearish,
So,
they're
you know,
built
a
for
stock like
trading,
that,
like
I'll
yourself,
buy.
that are ready to
Obviously,
trade
if
these
it's
markets.
doing well like that, up 300%. But
At betapro.ca before investing, you can scan the QR code you see out in front of you.
right, exactly.
You can see market came back in.
I remember when General Electric was like $9.
SMCI
$300 stock.
The V volume weighted average price after that initial breakout could not sustain. So we already.
I remember when it was
And
$9.
then it moved an SMR. It was the first blast up on the break. Now it presses through the breakout price. We held for 21s. Didn't want to get all the way there again. Like it took that 1.5%. But we just couldn't really go any further. Let's see it close. If it can hold to $20, I still like
The
long.
CEO,
But
yeah.
for under VWAP, I have to wait for it to close this gap. Or
Yep.
at least reestablish some higher lows.
PAPL is about to
So
break
far, so
out.
good. I mean, all three plays work. You just didn't get that secondary push to the upside for SMR at the end of the day. And I hate to go harvaging on Tesla, but this is now just rejected the volume weighted average price and strictly trending down. This is going to be for
Open
sure
door.
a wait-and-see moment for me. I don't think I trade.
Open door might be coming down.
Intel, however, is trying to get back above the volume weighted.
Traded it
It does
yesterday.
go on at 53. Maybe this will put in some kind of a trend trade. Once it can just show a defined trend to the upside, I'd be looking for some kind of a mean reversion in the other direction. Yeah, so still looking at the same names. I will reload IBIT if it comes back up, but that's a big if. I'm sitting at VWAP. I didn't even get all the shares the first time, so my other order is just still sitting there. Next available pop on IBIT. If it's trending down like it did 2 days ago, there were several pops
Jet AI
short.
down again today.
For Bitcoin,
I like that.
for the next move.
All right, I like
Probably
that
have
one.
really Google down here, but I don't know. And I'm also we talked about Palantir 165.50 if that does come through.
Down 21%.
Let's do a quick little look on the broader markets here, just to give a quick idea of what's happening.
Doing a merger.
So right into here, you
Sony?
can see some red action here in energy.
I could get into something like that. I like merger deals.
Oil. Okay, we did get a little longer there in Google, so hopefully that starts to work out for us. Occidental, XOM, so downside there in the energy space here today. Healthcare technology, healthcare. Where's healthcare? Health services. UNH up 1.7%. That's going to be a nice one. Molina
Jet
up
AI,
0.6 as well. We'll
JTAI.
have to take a look at some of the other names like Eli Lilly. We saw them up for 3.5% or so yesterday. That was a nice move. J&J, we said that their earnings were pretty stellar.
0.268.
Resulting in that yesterday. They did have a dip down, and then that was bought right back up. So J&J adding another 1.1% today to yesterday's already fruitful move. So that's a good one.
When Sony takes them over, what's Sony?
These names have just been on such a huge run, so it doesn't really surprise me for sure that these names are doing what they're doing. A little bit of a pullback.
$22 stock.
Microsoft, Google, Meta is the big winner today.
Sony looks good.
Wow, Netflix down another 1.5%. So we said that we weren't.
I do like that.
Here in Netflix, but today
It's down 3%.
Another 1.5%. So over here, not all tech names are the same today. We have
I do like that one.
Down, Intel is down. No surprise there. GE up earnings. They're down 4%. Micron.
Netflix, it just dropped under $84, so I like that as well.
Is much different than the rest. I mean, this is what Micron has had such a huge move to the upside is MU. That move was
I like that.
398 all the way down into 378. So here we go, Micron. Here we go one more time and see if it can now battle back. Nice little size there at 385. Probably just punches that straight through. Okay, man, we were almost.
What's THH doing?
Long down here at 165.50. Now all of a sudden we get a baby long.
THH. I like that.
I'm going to give 166.
It's down
40s or
6.
so
It's down
as my average, just
7%.
to give it a little bit more room on this long. But there goes Palantir. We're long again at 167. The market has made its move.
Kind of like it
I know
at
that
71.
We're getting a little aggressive here with Palantir. It'll be the only stock, obviously, I've lost on. But this name here, pulling back one more time. I just want to be part of this. So we're not using huge shares. Like I'm thinking if we can get 167.
Could be fine on the bottom here.
169, 169.50. So giving it 50 or 60 cents worth of room to grow, I think
It could also drop
we'll
more.
Palantir can go 7 minutes now until the numbers.
Yeah, 7 minutes till PCE. The market's trying to in front of that number. Tesla looks like it's broken through VWAP, but double bottom here on SMCI. So I'm going to try to jump back in off of. It'll be yesterday's
What's SMX doing?
Top, and then now a double bottom.
That one was a runner.
Into the volume weighted average price there. But for everyone watching Tesla, it's revved up. You're going to close.
That looks good. SMX looks good at $19.
So that 438 breakout looking a little bit more likely than it was before.
SMX looks really good at $19.
And shout out to everyone in the chat throwing your small cappers in there. Remember though, $sign and the symbol. If you type $sign and the symbol, then that way when I look up, I can see BBAI, XTP, RR, Rich Tech. Wow, okay. That's I haven't looked at Rich Tech in a while. It's going to be out there. Meta, Tesla, SoFi. We haven't talked about Metals Company, Micron. So all of these names are of interest. Just an easy way for us to be able to follow. I see Lam in there that you were just mentioning.
That's what I need. I need
Sean.
multiple
So
screens,
it's just an easy
man,
way
so I
for
can
us to
do all
keep track of
that.
what you guys are going to be interested in. So with 5 minutes to go
Makes it so much
for this
easier. Dude.
PCE number, I'm not necessarily that hung up on the number here. I think you want to trade just based on your regular plan and try to work off the prices you like and get setups.
Yeah.
But I don't necessarily want to be taking a fill at 59, like at 9.59. So I want to be getting in off of this low on SMCI. If I don't want to chase it too far, but I don't want to get in right at 355. So a couple of minutes, I'm going to try to get back into that one. Bitcoin did not come up enough to get the short back in again, and I'm not going to chase it as well. Like it's got to get up to that 58.
Comstock's up, LODE up 5%.
All right. Yeah, what names do you guys want to talk about? Let's look at Big Bear AI again here, BBAI. Wasn't doing much. They had that Cargo Seer purchase. Okay, nice move now. I still have a $6 break long if that does wind up coming through. And, no idea if that's what's going to wind up happening or not. AMD, we noticed, was a red stock into today. So battling back just a little bit right there for AMD. So good move. We'll wait to see what winds up happening there. Intel, is it at that 5280 yet? No. So it does pretty much bounce right off 53. I mean, that was close enough into that spot for us from yesterday's low 5280. So we're going to try to pay attention for Intel.
Jess Brands is up 3%.
Again, lower. So it looks like
I like it there.
Wind up getting stopped out
Under 75
all of our
cents.
trades at some point, which is why it's important to take some of these profits when they're there. Google's coming right back into 331. So I'm bidding, let's make sure here, I'm bidding 331.50 right now. And in case we don't get that low, let me buy a little bit here in the 60s. But it looks like, okay, so Palantir, again, another loss there. So we'll go 0 for 3. But it's all just like, well, this one wasn't really a
Netflix hanging out at $84.
Reload ideas. We keep on trying 167, and I don't know why I'm obsessed with that level, but seems to
Next time okay, no mind.
And here we go. Now we just got into the low of the day again for Google. And this time, man, if we break 331, that's the level that I was looking at. If we break that, we're gone. And we are not going to hang around for this PCE number after all. So here it goes. Hopefully we do get a little bit of a bounce back up. That's a reload there at 331.50.
It's critical metals is absolutely flying about 2 minutes ago until we have the numbers coming through. But 14% on CRML. These guys did not do very well.
What's PAVM doing?
Just want to quickly jump back over to see how Tesla is doing. Don't think I'm going to be getting, might not get that SMCI fill. Still have 2 minutes to go. Could happen. But the confirmation for Tesla above VWAP, well, that distinctly did not happen. Broke out, no consolidation, nothing. There was no bid on the way back in. Still looking incredibly weak. That's exactly the takeout I didn't want to get trapped in. You got to show me a higher low, or I'm not going to be jumping in at all. I feel the same way about that SMR for a secondary play. No, it held the bottom. Show me some strength in here above the volume weighted average price before I pop back in to that bad boy. So keep the symbols coming in. As I meant, we didn't even talk about the metals. Critical metals, yes, we didn't talk about silver and gold. With the market coming back, slight up move in silver, only 1.5% and not breaking through the top. So I still think you've got 87 as a big level, lower highs put on through. This one wasn't even on the radar today because silver is more exciting when it's going into new territory, not when it's hanging out in gold.
Yeah, that's for sure. All right, so we're still just waiting for something to happen with Google. I'm at 94 right now. I got a couple outs here. There it is. Got a couple outs in the 80s already off this most recent reload. But as we said, trying to get a little lighter into the number. So we are now 2 minutes away from PCE. We'll wind up seeing what winds up happening there. Offers at 332.50 if it does go up, and then out at 331. I'm going to take another piece, actually, right here, if we can, on Google, just to get that out. Thank you so much, Randy. We decided yesterday, actually, that we really liked your tariff espresso.
The espressos.
So that was really good. We wouldn't mind.
Like the after the open.
Yeah, we can grab that around this time, next time. But thank you, Randy. No, that's great. We just wasn't here yesterday. So
FRGT is down 12%. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, Springview that's instantly halted. All right, so Springview reopened and instantly halts. It's going to halt at 825. There it is, instantly halted a second time. This might be one of those stocks. Just for the record, this stock has yet to do 500,000 shares. So if you're looking at SPHL, yes, it's up 43%. No, it is not incredibly liquid at all. I wouldn't be touching with a 10-foot pole. We have less than 1 minute to go. So we're going to go to Adara.
That's up 43%. SPHL. Oh, my God.
Here's the thing, guys, in case you either forgot or were not aware, we're not just getting October PCE, we're also getting November. So 2 months worth of PCE and core PCE data coming out right now at 10 a.m. Also getting personal income and personal spending for both October and November. So PCE price index year over year, forecast 2.8% for October, previous print 2.8%. PCE month over month 0.3%. Here is the previous 0.2% forecast. Core PCE year over year 2.8% forecast, and core PCE month over month 0.2% forecast. We should be getting these numbers right now, waiting for these to populate. Not currently seeing them. Just give me 2 seconds here, guys. We are waiting on that PCE here at 10 a.m. Still not seeing anything. We're just going to wait and see what happens here. Again, we are expecting it for both October and November. And it looks like we have it now. So PCE year over year, 2.8%, exactly in line with estimates of 2.8%. PCE month over month, 0.2% versus 0.2% expected. Core PCE year over year, 2.79%, so slightly below estimates of 2.8%. Core PCE month over month flat compared to estimates 0.2% versus 0.2% expected. Consumer spending month over month also in line with estimates 0.5% versus 0.5% expected. But personal income month over month a little bit lower than expected at 0.3% compared to estimates of 0.4%. Let's take a look at this market to see how it's reacting to this number. Not really just pushing lower. As mentioned, pretty much all of those PCE and consumer spending prints were exactly in line with estimates. Let's talk about INTC, though, speaking of estimates, because they're reporting earnings after the bell tonight at 4 p.m. You can catch those live on our earnings show at 4. We did have Mobileye, which, of course, Intel is affiliated with. They reported earnings before the bell today and did not react positively. But Intel actually reporting again after the bell. Let's talk here about SNDK and MU, because these memory plays have been really strong. Pulling back quite sharply, or at least off the open. MU getting a positive analyst note here from William Blair initiating coverage on the stock. No negative news on these, but looks like just a little bit of a pullback as the market trying to pull back from this early strength as well. Do remember to like and subscribe.
Taking a dip this morning.
Back to you.
If you're looking for strength, look no further than
Kind of like it there, 74.85.
5%, 6% to the upside, just broke through the highs.
FIGR
we had in this one. It's
down
all
5%.
green, so you're through the pre-market top here. I'm going to do a quick jaunt over to see what it did at Blue Ocean. The overnight market gives you a fantastic opportunity to sort of see where some of the key levels might be from the prior evening. Well, that's already broken here.
JAGX.
I like that 73. But,
JAGX, you guys.
Off of those levels. We're pretty much
JAGX, it was up 11%, popped 11%, 89 cents, back down to 77 cents.
Market is not popping. Where's the bounce, baby?
It's now down
Where's the
4%.
bounce? Give me another lower high to get in. I missed this one by sitting at VWAP, so I'm gonna hang out underneath VWAP instead of at falling weighted average price and try to jump back into this. Market looking weak. Oh, glad that I got out of SMR, and I might have to pay for locates. We jumped out of SMR, the initial breakout, loses VWAP. This is now turned into I'm looking short now on SMR. So false break, we got it. We're able to at least get the move, but you put in a false break through the high and then hold VWAP. This turns into a bit of a short trade. Not like a Louis small cap special, but I'm going to be shorting pops in this, adding it to the list. Got to be able to switch it up. Even if it was a long early, it ain't one now.
All right, finally, what's up in Canada? What's up with this alert right there? As Google, we just got 332.40s right there, so it turned out to be a really good out on the upsides. We think $1 on our last little reload, but I'm getting nervous. I mean, the market's dropping, so we are not this is not going to be the greatest hold of all time. I mean, unless it comes all the way back up. So I'm now going to wait for that. Yeah, I hear that heart rate right there going through. We do have a decent amount of shares on board right now, but we're going to just start to get out there. I put it off for 28s there. We just grabbed that. So now let's wait for VWAP. That's 333 flat. So I actually have an offer there. We'll see if that can come up. And then we're still going to stop out if it breaks 331 and no more reloads at all. The market's really coming in. We said that we'd like to buy potentially the TQQs on any kind of a dip into $53. That's coming in right now as well. So we're going to try to grab that at 53 flat or so. And then not give it too much more. If it does break back down below this $53 mark, then we can get out of the TQs. We're not even in it yet, as of yet. Anyways, Mobileye had some earnings.
Boom, boom, boom.
They were
wow, only $10. Wow, pretty bad stock.
You did break
there. No, it didn't. Did it break 10 yet today? No, it came close, 10.01. All right, Palantir bouncing off 165. Do we want to go back into this thing? The good thing about it is we've lost about just under a third of what we've made on this Google trade. But it does come into 165 and give us that little base there. So, potentially here 165.20s or so for Palantir. Just keep on my eye on that Google trade. And then again, like CoreWeave has been a good one. I see a lot of people talking about CoreWeave. So big shout out to Handy Manic. That's in there right now. And a big shout out to everybody that's part of this group, man. I mean, here we go. Here's a super chat. Dual, we can talk about that Duolingo. Let's have a quick look at that in a minute. Thank you so much for the 5 super chat, 5 membership. So there it is, man. Dylan Gavi, thank you so much for everything you're doing there. And another new member there with Mr. P Panda again coming through. Adara, is there any news on Duolingo? Again, so we can have a quick look over there and ask Adara before we look it up. Go gadget Google, hopefully. Duol, Duolingo. Let's see about this parabolic.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing, says Adara. So there goes, man, 148 up to 154. And this could just be a relief rally there. I mean, it's just been getting hit so bad. This name has been an absolute disaster.
If you go to the monthly chart, huge level on the monthly.
Okay, so
maybe there is something here. Just simply bouncing off of 145, 146, some of those lows. So shout out to Duolingo. Great product. At least some people think it's good. My daughter absolutely loves it. But it's been getting absolutely woodshedded. It looks like it's a good technical level for sure. We got another super chat from Dylan. You just made 2K on SXTP. Small capper, that was on the list. I'm pretty sure that was the top name on Luis's list. On his watch list when he came on this morning. Shutting down for the day. Thank you all for what you do. Shout out to Sharif for all your insights on the small cap gappers. SXTP. I always say it slowly. It just helps me when I'm typing it in. This is it. The pre-market is where you get your entries. That's your chance to have even gotten VWAP. And
I wouldn't have bought that.
Makes one high and already pulling back. You can be one and done. And Luis even reiterated this as well. Where some of these you got to be able to and be willing to play in the pre-market if there is enough liquidity, which it seems
Ain't no
like
way I would have bought that stock.
135 million shares worth of volume, coming back in a little bit, but 220% is nothing to sneeze at. Right, so I'm back into SMCI. The double bottom is now a triple bottom at prior day low. So first it was a 33 break and take. Second, it's the bounce off of the low. Can we even get to VWAP is the question. Like we're just sort of struggling to get the bounce into the volume weighted average price. That's how weak the market has been. So we can grab that. We'll look for the next trade. But if we lose the triple bottom, I'm out of this. Like I'm not trying to reload this 3 times. Hopefully a charm. I'm not trying to catch this bid. The Nasdaq doesn't seem to want to help anything out here. We're still very much trending. I mean, to say we're trending down is kind of obvious, but we're pretty much back to where we were at the close. We haven't gone red yet. So there's at least somewhere we can bounce. We can hold from going into the red. We had the pull up this morning, and I voted bullish, and the bulls are still at 80%. 3,800 votes, and 80% of us were bullish. Well, you really had to pick your spots, bulls, this morning. If it was on the overall market, micro bounces you could have had, you had to be in some individually strong names. Another reason why we go through both the rundown, Therese notice, just kind of weed out, get the wheat from the chaff and separate them so you can find some good opportunities because it hasn't been easy to find them in a weak market today.
Yeah, it just goes to show you, this is why trading is so tough and why I like that idea of hitting your goals, being done for the day. So congratulations to that super chat. And there you go, man. When 85% of the chat thinks one way, that's probably a good sign that it's going the other. I'm going to take SMR breaking through $20. I'm only going to give it 10 cents if it does do this break, which it looks like it might want to do right now. And I just think it's worth the risk. SMR, if it does get going, we know the sort of firepower that this name could have underneath it. So I think it's worth it if we get a breakthrough here on SMR. I mean, we're trying to bounce right now off some levels. So we'll see if it does wind up holding this 1980 or so. That's like 1982 or 3, probably a good year, right back into there. So we'll see if we take out 20. And I'm only going to give it, I'm using a little more shares here, so I don't want to give it too much. Probably just give this 10 cents. And if it blasts through and we wind up taking the hit on it, fine. I think it's well worth it there for SMR, giving it back through. And here it goes. If it does break, we're going to get our order in right now. So there we go. We're long. So let's go 1989. Like I said, if it breaks lower, we get stopped out of this one. I think it might be worth it here. We're long SMR at 201. So here we go again. We'll see if we can get some kind of a play on the upside here for SMR. And there it is, 08. Can we get it? Yes, we can. So we'll take a couple 08s out. They'll get an 09. So they're already 1-to-1 on SMR. So yeah, man, good trading over on this side again. We just gave you that. I know Neil's had a good trade today. And there goes Google, a couple good ones. And there goes Google finally breaking. So we did not reload this name. We're now going to focus on SMR, but Google finally breaks 331, a big, huge trade. We actually wind up making a little less than we did on Intel, but still a good trade there for us. And by the way, boom, we just gave you this one. So how you like that one, guys? There's a nice play on SMR up to 15s. This was giving us just, there it is. We'll take the 17s out. This was giving us 5. I gave you 10 cents. So we'll take 17 here, see if we can get a little bit higher. There it is. We got 19. So now, guys, I'm out of 70% of this trade for basically 2-to-1 on that last piece. So here goes SMR, a nice move to make it through those levels. Google might have bounced off 331, but we got stuff out of what we had left, man. We really emptied the clip up here around 332. So that was a really good trade. Still holding our day and our heads high. Good trading so far. SMR, my most recent one looking pretty decent.
And you just got into the long that worked. I guess got out of VWAP. MCI. Might mix those two up a little bit here today. SMR earlier, but SMCI triple bottom. Now we're right back to that 33 test. So it gets to VWAP. That was the plan of action. Trending down. Show me the holdover VWAP. Take that trade every single time. But this is now looking a little bit better. The fact that we're back into our breakout price, I just want to see the V shape. Like, give me something to hold on to. Like, give me a bid up here on the 15-minute for a re-entry over the prior day. The market's still bleeding to the downside. We're able to capture. And again, I call it getting away with it, where, yeah, you pull back into prior high works, the retake, the breakout ends up working, but it's a downward trending stock. It's a fail of the pre-market high. It's then a lower high put in. So for now, yeah, longs might be working on the stock and you can get the entry, but it is going against the grain. If I'm going against the grain, got to be very particular about it and try to go station. Intel's still trending down. Nothing looking good. The only good thing about Intel is it's now setting up a trend to the downside. So I can now put this in and say, hey, look, we've got a downward trend on Intel that can get broken. So the mean reversion trade today would actually be a long on Intel instead of a short, which I was kind of expecting it to be.
Guys, if someone handed you $1.25 million to trade, would your process change or just your upside? That's the opportunity Funded Futures Network provides. They're a futures prop firm that gives traders access to large SIM and live funded accounts every day. They've already paid millions to traders around the world with fast same-day and daily payouts. And right now, evaluation accounts are 50% off. There's buy one, get one free, and no activation fees. You can find the link below or scan the QR code on your screen to check it out. Funded Futures Network. Thank you for sponsoring. You know what? Let's do something here. Let's go find out who made all the money yesterday. So these are the top traders we trade at Real Trading here, which is, of course, a prop firm as well. So we trade prop on this show. We trade actual contracts. As far as futures are concerned, we trade actual equities there. We don't trade CFDs or anything like that. And we have over 60 live markets. So I'm just going to scroll down real quick here yesterday. So yesterday, big day alert yesterday. So these are all U.S. denominated funds. So yesterday there was a trader. There's over 2,000 traders worldwide here at Real Trading on the same platform that Neil and I are trading with. This is $48,000. So someone made $48,000 yesterday. Great trading by that gentleman or he or she. $42,000 for this trader there. They traded both the Amex, so Amex probably SPY there or BMNR, things like that. There's, as we always say, there's lots of tricks to the trade in this market. Canada as well, big time numbers there for Canada, yeah. Amex. So probably a bunch of SPY trades in there yesterday. I mean, again, when Trump, I told you I was mad because as soon as that came out, man, we could just punch long. Obviously, smarter traders than us did. And there it is, man. Nicely cooking yesterday. It was all North American. So normally we do get some European talk here as well. These are individual offices P&L by trader.
XWEL
So
down 24%.
2300, CSE 6700, and so on and so forth. NASDAQ, NYMEX. So
New York
Anything trade over there, Nat Gas potentially as well. Someone did some damage over there at NYMEX yesterday. So that's who's making and where the money is coming from here at Real Trading.
And Jet AI,
okay,
it
well,
popped.
Google just flew through to 330. We tried to 330. We got out at 330.
Like I said,
So
right
we
there,
lose 10
27
there, or 20
cents.
there on that kind of a play. But I'm going to try it one more time, actually, and give it a little bit more room now, because I do think that this market at some point thinks about at least coming back to the upside here. So we'll buy a little more Google down here at 330.
And I found what I wanted.
Let's give this one to 329.50, okay?
Found exactly what I
the,
want.
The trade, not going to give back. We're going to give back a whole bunch here if it does not work out for us. So we'll try to buy some 330 flats or so and see if that winds up working out for us. But here we go. A little bit of a dip buy opportunity there for us on Google into 330. My stop was too frugal there. I was like literally at 330. I got 330.20s there. So it breaks by 10 cents and then goes back up. So we should still probably be in this trade. Let's just make back what we lost. If I got out right now, that's what we would do.
Man.
But let's see. Let's take it one piece now.
ROLR popping again.
70s. Maybe we get that. Then we'll offer again in the 90s and see if we can get something up
SXTP
there. Let's
finding a bottom right here.
Breaking that 330.
Finding support.
Let's see. We're here in Google now offering 68s and see if we can get that. And still long on SMR, which is now higher than it's ever been for me. We get another out at 20. That's going to be a good trade. Not so much diamond hands there. What's up, Jay Bronson? He's got the dollar club going right there. We like that. So I'll find it right. Oh, I don't have it there. I'll find it for you in a minute anyways. But there it is, Bronson. Thank you so much for you and all that you've contributed to this chat. I've seen you. There it is right there. He's got the dollar club. So when that happens, we did that for you. There it is, dollar club on CRML. Bang, says Aura Alpha. You're welcome, pros. So yeah, I hope everybody was able to get that in here. There it is, Adam James again. Meta,
IVF is down 15%.
Watch out there. I know that's a play that you've been talking about for a minute. And by the way, there it goes, man. SMR.
That thing was up 300% the other day.
You know, this was 10 cents worth of risk right here to grab 35 cents. So let's take advantage of that. Offers of 34s. Ooh, we did not get out there at 34. Not bad risk reward there on SMR.
Yeah, it's been given to you on SMR, no questions asked. And that's
look at ADTX.
What is moving. But what I just want to point out on SMR, the potential for something special if it gets through 21. I still think that's going to be there. We'll talk about that if and when we're able to get there. Look, obviously a heavy dip, but we're starting to, at least for myself, you've now got a bit of a trend. 1, 2, 3. So a topping tail candle is going to get put in there. This could break trend over VWAP, SMCI. For that reentry, it just broke out above VWAP, so we're going to look to get back into this. This also gave you another 1% move off of the lows, but I want it pressing into the top. I like to say inventory. It's always term inventory into a break.
Oh, sure.
Break. I don't want to be long a breakout through the highs.
I'm over here pushing buttons. I don't even know what it does.
Going into a potential break is going to be the play, and I still do not want to get picked up. This market is going low. Bitcoin, like every time it comes up to my level of the downtrend, it puts in another lower.
Is it though?
Getting the entries on IBIT, but we're going to jump back in SMR over VWAP. Stop out is going to be this prior bar here on the 3-minute chart, as you can see. And Jaw 5304 saying CRISPR is up.
Wow, THH hit 60.
I didn't see any news on CRISPR myself. I can double check for you, but it's worth keeping in mind that there's probably a few things that are up today that are just relief rallying. So there might be particularly a Darish that she'll look at.
Nothing on CRISPR.
Yeah, there's nothing on CRISPR.
POLA is down 8%.
On pure relief rally. The thing about CRISPR is this break here, look at all the resistance at $60. I just feel like this thing is squeezing if it takes that out. It was more of a technical thing why I made it my pick. I pivoted from Boeing, which I like fundamentally more. But I just think it's a technical break. It just gets to 60, and then it just starts falling.
All right, so far so good on the Google retest there, and we'll take a little bit out. We're long at 04. I think it's got some there in the 30s. But here it comes right back through again on Google. So I don't know if this market's going to hold or not. I mean, we're down into some levels. I should be potentially buying the TQQs down here. It's at the level that I had said at $53. It's just I'm not. Sans any sort of a news story. We don't have any more numbers unless we do. Just double check. Though nothing else today. So maybe the market. Elon thing, whatever. Maybe the market is safe for now. But I don't know. Let's see. We were already up 1% there today, and it's been a quite, like I said, the chat here, forever defeated today. That's for sure. This was 83%, 80-20 bulls. So yeah, there hasn't really been a bullish move. I know that we've been making more positive today, which is nice. So it's fine. But it hasn't really been too much of an extension. We're really, really lucky, man. My whole day is on Google. We've only had and SMR now, but SMR, Google, Palantir is what we've given some back on, trying to chase these longs. It looks like the 165 long is going to hold, but I say is going to hold. That's too certain, but has been holding. And I just meant if the market does continue to go backside there, this is.
Hey, welcome in, you guys. Hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all are making some money.
Late to take it now against that one.
Let me know what you're trading, and I can pull it up.
I'm sort of already long, and this has not been right. So Palantir all the way back up, and I thought this was going to be a positive day, man. Long 170 break. Phillips with an upgrade there. It's on my notes, so we'll see. Okay, here we go, Neil. Now we're starting to go on Google. What the hell? Nice move, guy. Yeah, we like that one on Google. I wasn't even prepared for that. We got some 50s, and now we go. Now we get some 70s. Huge move up for Google. There it is, man. The bulls, we ride again, ladies and gentlemen. It's a nice trade on SMR. It's a nice trade on Google as it keeps on getting to the high side right now. We're going to look at SMCI. Just going to take a look at Tesla and just have a quick look as, yeah, I mean, same kind of thing as the futures, trying to base out. Kind of looks like a little bit like Palantir at these lows. But this has made a move back higher. So there goes Tesla. Great trading over there. Great trading by SMR and Google. And Neil's had some great winners today. My stock, Marvell. We're still going to wait for BBAI, MRVL. We're still going to wait for BBAI to get going through $6. Marvell bouncing nicely as well off 83. So we'll see if Marvell can get going. That's 2% now.
Oh, wow.
All right, man. Almost $1 right here on the Google reload. So far, so good. Taking some more out right there at 80. We're also waiting at 90, and we will go over to Adara. There it is, 330.90 for Google. Bang.
Let's talk about these small caps. The first one, not these small market
Oh my
caps, but nice.
gosh.
Big Bear AI, at least that later yesterday. BBAI acquiring not the entire company, but certain technologies of Cargo Seer. Cargo Seer is, I think they let you basically use AI strategies, I guess, to scan cargo or bags, as far as I could tell, of their business model. But nice look there for BBAI. Let's talk about SXTP, like all the names today. This one has rallied in the past. It is not new to being mentioned on the show, nor is it new to being a small cap mover. 60 Degrees Pharmaceuticals announcing a partnership with Runway Health to expand pre-departure access to one of its treatments. Now, it's interesting, SXTP, when I was checking this morning at like 7:45, this is already rallying before this news came out at 8 a.m. So interesting stuff there. USAR on watch as well. USA Rare Earth selecting Flower and WSP partners to advance top DFS. So lots of technical jargon here in this headline for USAR, but they are targeting
reverse split. That's never good.
By late 2028. So lots of these smaller caps or mean movers to watch out for.
That sucks.
Back, Dave.
I want to give a shout out to Danny's boy for the super chat in here, talking about the silver miners. It was a strong move up. We already got James talking about Meta. There we go. Silver miners are running. It was a move up in SLV, but it's not really sustaining the move as well. Danny's boy, let us know. Type the symbol in. Get the $sign in there. Let us know which one in particular you happen to be watching, because it's a muted move overall. It's very much an inside and boring day on silver and gold. I don't know what to tell you.
Silver and gold.
Drop down.
Yeah,
South Africa.
I guess, yeah, that makes sense. Come on, gold. Yeah, again, not really moving that much. Kind of an inside day in the metals, so they haven't even been on watch for me at any point in here today. SMCI, I can't be too happy with the wick out. That being said, I was in on a retake of 33, actually just underneath it. I ended up getting like 98s. But it came all the way down, pressing almost to the low. So I'm longing it in front of VWAP. I'm not holding it a percent against to try to scalp it. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. So it does wick me out. I will try to jump back in because you do have this V-shaped recovery look now all the way back into the highs on SMCI. We have another super chat. This one from Mr. Meat Master. Okay. All right. Why not? We're going to look at Heartbeam. So, look, we appreciate the super chat. Thank you so much. remember, always put in $sign. That way your symbol can get on our list. That being said, it's up 8%. I'll throw it up for you. 350,000 shares worth of volume.
Wow.
Pretty untradeable. Not doing anything.
So much.
But all I can give you is, hey, the pullback came into the 50 in prior low, so maybe you've got some kind of a technical bounce going for you on Wheat. But 350,000 shares worth of volume is that's no good, not for a small cap. So good luck in that one. It's not going to be a trading stock whatsoever. I'm assuming you're long, otherwise why put it in there?
We also got, again, we had talked about how many shares we had left on SMR, and it drops through right there. Big trade. We got out of SMR, and it just does break back in like really aggressively right there. So a bunch more outs, as Neil was talking, right into there. We did not break through the 200. We did not break through the 50. Nice downside moves right there for SMR. Still waiting. I mean, clear outs of Google again, upside at 330.80. I mean, we're long right now against 329.50. So yeah, all good. Like that's where my stop is 329.50. So good little risk reward here. We're long at 90s, and we're now up 80 cents. So not too good at all. Not too bad at all on Google. We'll wait for that. Yeah, I used that question there. What do I think about the futures today? Yeah, I mean, it's at the level that I like. There is no doubt.
Kind of like it.
I mean, I wrote down on the note today that I did think it dipped down into 53. Could be something. There's Micron 400 break, does not happen, goes the other way. Palantir 170 break does not happen.
Kind of like
goes
it.
the other way, but here we go, man. Into 53 is sort of where I wanted to start this bidding.
123.
But maybe we're a little early. Ryan Cohen long 22 on GameStop there as well. As I bring this back over, you can have a quick look there. I'm just going to try to see if, I mean, Google's been fine. Let's take another out right now. I mean, this is $1 in the money. We'll
Kind of like that.
65. See if we can, well, it's 80 cents in the money. We'll see if we can get a 65, and there it is. It comes through again. But yeah, looking for more names, right? We just got that silver talk there, and this was a good, no, it's not. But I liked, yesterday I liked 86, 87 as the top. So, you know, this would be an area again that I would like. So 86 to 86.50 to 87. Wait for this thing to get a little more parabolic, and then get up to this area, and then look for a short. Yes, Google. Now Google officially into that club again, so we like that one. I'm tempted to take SMR one more time.
SIDU.
We had AG was the stock that in Toronto here, I guess. We can get in New York first. Majestic.
American reported this morning.
Yeah, AG was one of my guys' picks over there, Fabian. So AG, nice move to the high side right there, right now. This is a quick little update. It's still obviously early days, man. We're not even a month into this yet. But here we go. This is who's winning right now. Adara up 8% with her picks. Neil and I holding, well, Neil now officially holding up the rear. Down 3%. Joe down.
I've never heard of that stock
Brendan
before.
Down 3%. I'm down 2%. Ramin right here, and all of our picks. Adara here. Let's go over the top one. Adara winning right now, up 8%. With Boeing, Starbucks, and the big one, Oracle. Oracle up 13%. This is a short. So that's up 13% right now. Starbucks is up 8%, and Boeing is up 5% right now. So, you know, yeah, exactly. One more thing right here. And so it's Neil, Joe, myself. So we're just hanging
Yeah,
out.
there's some in there.
Some random dude named Mateo. What's up?
Oh, that'll be easily. The thing about it is like CRISPR is literally up 5 today. 8.
Oh, yeah.
So they're flashing around. Everything's still in the same range.
Mateo's been out all there. Mateo.
No, he loves
Yeah,
Last night I know it was a little late, but I was so dehydrated. I had to get
Uber as well. So this guy's got.
Oh, yeah, you're good.
I was like, Dad, you turn the light off.
Oh yeah, I thought you were. I thought you forgot about it.
Oh, I had just come down here.
Crushing it right now. It goes to show
Oh, okay.
you're just much smarter than myself. All right, Google now $1. I just do this. This is my job here. Day trading. You guys can see that we're clearly putting up something here today. We'll get a nice out. And look, man, we did 170% last year on this. So we'll see if it can happen again. We took a shot like we did. We took some shots. We got Big Bear AI. So
It's not a rug pull.
Big Bear AI. Actually, with only now
Radion. I'm not sure what you mean.
Getting that gas.
What you mean, Slanker?
I'm actually going to cancel the Big Bear AI trade. I was going to go long through $6 if that got going, but right now Big Bear AI just doing absolutely nothing.
Well, the trade that I wanted
1% right now. Yeah,
kind of got away from me.
I mean, Not only that, Adara's also missed about $150 of this. She told me Oracle was a complete nightmare and that quarter was hot fire garbage. So when I was hearing about that, it ripped back up there. And then I actually was able to get out at 319 right on this day. And then it just kind of fell right down. So, realistically, Adara, should be short up here if we had that a little earlier. All right, Adara, 10 seconds, might as well throw to you.
Yeah,
You want to have
thank you for the kind words. I just really quickly wanted to say there as well, guys, like we can talk all we want about remaining performance obligations, but if you're missing revenue 2 quarters in a row, maybe there's a problem like closer to home.
No questions asked. So that gas actually just moved a little bit there. So we'll get to that in a quick little second, but I wanted to make sure we pay attention to the fact that there are millions of concussions. Yet,
Oh wow, there it is. Okay.
Zero.
I think I want to do that trade.
OGEN on NYC is advancing a new standard with its intranasal brain-first approach to concussion treatment. With an $8.9 billion market on the horizon, Orgenex is positioned to drive what comes next. See what's ahead? Book a meeting today. Thank you. Thank them for sponsoring this part of the show. Nat gas just dropped. In 90 minutes, we'll also get crude oil inventories. Let's go to Adara.
Yeah, I just want to let you guys know here. Keep an eye on AppLovin. As you guys know, a couple days ago, Capital
AMD is doing okay. Keep going up, please. AMD.
Laundromat, basically, for the NASDAQ, accusing it of some Asian companies or syndicates being involved in money laundering through AppLovin. I digress. The point I'm trying to make is after releasing this report on AppLovin, Capital Watch now on their website. Apparently, there are 3 more reports about AppLovin coming in the future. Now, this follows at least 3 short reports on AppLovin from last year. So again, looks like Capital Watch, to be fair, obviously a little bit biased because they have their own short report, but they've said that there's a couple more short reports that we could be expecting on APP going forward. Back to you.
Thank you there, Adara. Apple have been taking it on the chin. Not the first time. They've been piling those reports on the day after day. We did jump back into the dip buy. I said I wasn't going to take the breakout through the pre-market highs on SMCI, so it dipped into the open range bottom. Those the only levels to work off. Prior day high.
You'll see them birds out there. That would jump me on
open
down.
range resistance. So it dipped into there.
That would jump me on down.
It's still trying to break out through the $0.50. So I think I'm going scalp mode here. One of the reasons for that, if you look at what's going on with the market, down press, one push, back into VWAP, and holding underneath. So like we're downward trending. So we're not going to fly through the highs. I want to make sure we're being careful about the long trade because the market's been a short. Like, let's be real. So like making money on the longs to me has been make sure you have a tight stop, make sure you try to read the room. Like this clean move into VWAP, but with the first push could barely break out that open range high. So I had to be more aggressive getting it. I feel the same way about almost all of these longs. Like get what you can get and don't be upset. And rest in peace, Bitcoin. I did. There was never anything that great about this move. It keeps on plunging every time I'm trying to get this one into VWAP. So you're now at 88,500. Bitcoin's a problem. I'm willing to bet BMNR is getting smoked here today. Well, I haven't checked it out. I'm just going to double. I like to go through the names to see if there's something that I don't have to chase that far to get in on the trend, like maybe even like Amara as well. Just double checking for myself here to see how bad it is. Yeah, they're already at the lows. So yeah, the one place that you can look for weakness has certainly all morning long. I mean, the market's not great, but it's even worth if you're looking for it.
Yeah, the spot that we're missing. Sure, like Google's an absolute beast, right? I mean, Google's an absolute monster. You can throw it up there. There's all the names there. So if anybody's in the chat, you can go check it out from Danny's Boy. There's some of the metal names there. HYMC, I guess you're talking about. Highcroft is the only Pan American PAAS there. So a couple of names to have a quick little look at, as well as everybody's getting real excited in the chat about silver. Silver go boom. Right now, Meta go boom. Meta go boom up 4% right there. What's the story about Meta again there? Adara, let's bring Adara.
Positive analyst note this morning, I believe from Jefferies. Yeah, it was definitely from Jefferies, but they just maintained a buy rating, maintained a $910 price target. Interestingly enough, saying it's actually poised better than Google in certain ways, which is kind of an odd comp, but either way.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, someone needs to get out of their Meta shares, I guess. Nice dip buy by whoever upgraded them today. They obviously got long at 600. Needs a little bit of help, so they do that. This happens in the market all of the time. So watch out there as Meta keeps on climbing there today. I mean, I like Meta. It's a holding of mine. There's no doubt about that. But let's just wait to see for earnings if this is going to be a buy or not. Meta right now, nice move there. Someone wants to get out of this before earnings. So it's a nice move up. Wouldn't be surprised if we bounce again near and around that 640 to 650 area. In a name that you're not going to be able to keep down. It's funny because like Google also today grabs that upgrade from Raymond James. So trying to get this name to go, but you don't need to try that hard. There goes Google right now. It is now a $1 and a $2 winner right now. So this is what's really been working for me, as Neil mentions as well. Like keep your losses tight, right? And try to hold on to something here for a bigger win. And that's what we've been doing today with Google. We actually, we talked about it yesterday, as Intel was one of the better stocks for me. And today, obviously, Google. I've only traded Google Palantir, and then look at SMR. Oh my God. We get out at the lows again for SMR, but we're not going to cry over spilled milk here. Although we've only made about 15% on SMR what we made on Google. It was a good trade, and unfortunately, we did stop out. We should have used the very low. Once we got out of like 85% of this name up here, we could have switched our stop and actually gone a little bit lower because we didn't not exposed to that much, but we still, keep our 10-cent stop loss in there, and we just respect that. So there's our out at 332 ahead of UOP. Honestly, man, next stop for Google. Let's just see if we can get to 334 to 335. So I'm gonna put some offers here at 333.50 on the 200 period, and then again at 334.50, and see if we can just pop through right there on Google. Very, very comfortable morning so far. The market has really been paying attention to levels, and I mean, this was the biggest mistake by me because we should have been long. Normally we would be. I was just holding too many Google shares to really support two positions long there. So 53.15, great level coming into 53. It was where we talked about it, but just didn't have sort of the conviction, I guess, to take Google and the future. But we could have easily done that. So we've tried it so many times before. There goes
Wow.
the futures, the TQQs, nothing but love back up to the upside. We love this.
Just be aware here, Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla and many other companies, is currently speaking live at Davos. He's got a haircut. Apparently this is his first ever appearance at Davos. It's pretty subdued. Truthfully, I would not have known if he was even live if I hadn't gone on the Davos website, because I'm only starting to just now see social media accounts post about it. So very low key.
I tried everything, coffee, Pomodoro, and binaural beats, but nothing stuck until I
and robotics, which doesn't mean that it is without its issues. I mean, we need to be very careful with AI. We need to be very careful with robotics. We don't want to find ourselves in a James Cameron movie, Terminator. He's great movies, all those movies, but we don't want to be a Terminator, obviously. But if you have ubiquitous AI that is essentially free or close to it, and ubiquitous robotics, then you will have an explosion in the global economy, an expansion in the global economy that is truly beyond all precedent.
Elon, can that expansion be broad?
Yes.
Or is it narrow? And how can that be created? How can it broaden the global economy?
Yeah, I mean, the way to think of it is that if you have a large number of humanoid robots, the economic output is
Keep an eye on ADTX, you
average
guys.
productivity
ADTX.
per robot times the number of robots, right? And actually, my prediction is in the benign scenario of the future that the robots will actually make so many robots in AI that they will actually saturate all human needs. Meaning you won't be able to even think of something to ask the robot for at a certain point. Like there will be such an abundance of goods and services because my prediction is that there'll be more robots than people. So,
But how do you then have human purpose in that scenario?
yeah, nothing's perfect, But it is a necessary. Like you can't have both. You can't have work that has to be done and amazing abundance for all. Because if it's work that has to be done, then you and only some people can do it, then you can't have abundance.
And it's narrow.
Yes, narrow.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but if you have billions of humanoid robots, and I think there will be. I think everyone on Earth is going to have one and going to want one, because who wouldn't want a robot to, assuming it's very safe, watch over your kids, take care of your pets. If you have elderly parents, a lot of friends of mine have said they have elderly parents. It's very difficult to take care of them.
Expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive, and there just aren't enough people to take care of there aren't enough young people to take care of the old people. Right. So if you had a robot that could take care of and protect an elderly parents, I think that would be great. That would be an amazing thing to have. I think we will have those things. So, overall, I'm very optimistic about the future. I think we're headed for a future of amazing abundance, which is very cool. And definitely, we are in the most interesting time in history. I think there's a more interesting time in history.
Can you and I reverse aging in this new history, or are we going to see it?
I haven't put much time into the aging stuff. I do think it is a very solvable problem. Like you can. I think when we figure out what causes aging, I think we'll find it's incredibly obvious. It's not a subtle thing. The reason I say it's not a subtle thing is because all the cells in your body, with some pretty much age at the same rate. I've never seen someone with an old left arm and a young right arm ever in my life. So why is that? That means that there must be a clock, a synchronizing clock, right, that is synchronizing across 35 trillion cells in your body. There is some benefit to death, by the way. It's like, there's a reason why we don't actually have a longer lifespan, because if people do live forever for a very long time, I think there's some risk of an ossification of society, of things just getting kind of locked in place, it just may become stultifying, just not lack vibrancy. But that said, do I think we'll figure out ways to extend life and maybe even reverse aging? I think that's highly likely.
I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. So in the future that you talk about, the AI models, autonomous machines, rockets, depends on massive increases in compute, massive increases in energy, expensive energy, manufacturing scale. What are the bottlenecks to get there? And then once again, with all that expenditures, again, how can we make sure that it's broad, not narrow?
I just think the natural thing is it's going to be very broad, because AI companies will seek as many customers as they possibly can, and the cost of AI is already very low, and it's plummeting every year. I mean, the cost of AI is almost meaningfully changing on a month-to-month basis.
There's open models now everywhere. Yeah.
Yes, there's open models. The open models only they're maybe a year behind, right? The private, the sort of closed models. So I think the AI companies will seek as many customers as possible, which means they'll provide AI to the world.
But the cost of getting to there, the compute, the chips, the fab, the powering, that to me. What are the, you know, those are huge.
The limiting factor, yeah, I think the limiting factor for AI deployment is fundamentally electrical power.
It's just, right, it's energy.
Yeah.
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words, create your brand.
We're very soon, maybe even later this year, we'll be producing more chips than we can turn on. But except for China. China's growth in electricity is tremendous.
They're building 100 gigawatts of nuclear as we speak.
Actually, solar is the
solar.
biggest thing in China. So I believe China's production capacity on solar is 1,500 gigawatts a year, and they're deploying over 1,000 gigawatts a year of solar.
Wow.
Now, you know, for continuous solar load, you divide that by roughly, I don't know, 4 or 5. Call it that's around 250 gigawatts of steady state power paired with batteries. And that's a very big number. That's half of the average power usage in the U.S.
Right.
So U.S. power usage on average is 500 gigawatts. China, just in solar, just in solar like that, can provide steady state power. And batteries can do half of the U.S. electricity output per year just with solar. Solar is by far the biggest source of energy. And actually, when you look beyond, or even on Earth, but certainly beyond Earth, the sun rounds up to 100% of all energy. This is an important thing to consider. So the sun is 99.8% of the mass of the solar system. Jupiter is about 0.1%, and everything else is miscellaneous. Now, even if you were to burn Jupiter in a thermonuclear reactor, the amount of energy produced by the sun would still round up to 100%, because Jupiter is only 0.1%. If you teleported 3 more Jupiters into our solar system, and burnt 3 more Jupiters and everything else in the solar system, the sun's energy would still round up to 100%. So it's really all about the sun. And that's why one of the things we'll be doing with SpaceX within a few years is launching solar-powered AI satellites. Because the space is really the source of immense power, and then you don't need to take up any room on Earth. There's so much room in space, and you can scale to enormous. You can scale to, I think, ultimately hundreds of terawatts a year.
You and I have had these conversations before, but why don't you tell the audience, what would it take for the United States, and what type of geography would it take to have that solar field to electrify the United States? And then let me ask a question, why aren't we doing it?
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess a rough way to think about it is 100 miles by 100 miles, or call it 160 kilometers by 160 kilometers of solar is enough to power the entire United States. So the 100 mile by 100 mile area is, I mean, you could take basically a small corner of Utah, Nevada, New Mexico. Obviously, you wouldn't want it all in one place, but it's a very small percentage of the area of the U.S. to generate all of the electricity that the U.S. uses. And the same is true, actually, I mean, for Europe. You could take relatively unpopulated areas of, say, Spain and Sicily, and generate all of the electricity power that Europe needs.
So why don't you think that there's a movement towards that here and in the United States?
Well, there is.
As it is in China.
Well, unfortunately, in the U.S., the tariff barriers for solar are extremely high, and that makes the economics of deploying solar so artificially high, because China makes almost all the solar,
what would it take for Europe or the U.S. to build it commercially, if it's that scale?
Yeah, I think. Well, I can tell you what we're going to do. You know, SpaceX and Tesla is we're building up large scale solar. So the SpaceX and Tesla teams both separately are working to build to 100 gigawatts a year of solar power in the U.S. Of manufactured solar power, and that'll probably take us in about 3 years or something. But these are pretty big numbers, and you know, I'd encourage others to do the same. We obviously don't control the U.S. Tariff policy, but for other countries, I would recommend that China makes solar cells that are incredibly low cost, and I think it would be worth doing large scale solar.
So I know you're going to be having a couple of big announcements on robotics and what it can do. I mean, when I went to the factory, you showed me those robots.
Yeah.
How quickly, you talked about the billions of robots, but how quickly can they be deployed in a manufacturing setting? How quickly can they be utilized and be functional and be create that abundance that you talked about?
Well, humanoid robotics will advance very quickly. I think we do have some of the Tesla Optimus robots doing simple tasks in the factory. We expect probably later this year. At the end of this year, I think they'll be doing more complex tasks, but still deployed in an industrial environment. And probably sometime next year, I'd say that by the end of next year, I think would be selling humanoid robots to the public. That's when we are confident that it's very high reliability, very high safety, and the range of functionality is also very high. You can basically ask it to do anything you'd like.
You're already seeing that in Tesla cars. The software changes that you're doing, and what is it, every quarter now, a software change that upgrades the ability of a robot within the car?
Yes, the Tesla Full Self-Driving software, we update it sometimes once a week. And recently some of the insurance companies have said that it is actually so safe, where Tesla Full Self-Driving is so safe that they're offering customers half-price insurance if they use Tesla Full Self-Driving in their car.
And that can be monitored by the insurance company.
I don't think that's true.
Is that part of the agreement? And
Yeah.
I don't think they said that.
I think self-driving cars is essentially a solved problem at this point.
Right.
And Tesla's rolled out sort of robotaxi service in a few cities, and
Right.
will be very, very widespread by the end of this year within the U.S. And then we hope to get supervised full self-driving approval in Europe, hopefully next month. Yeah, and then maybe a similar timing for China, hopefully.
I want to move to space because historically space is very capital intensive. It's historically been done.
Gemini space station's
I believe
looking
SpaceX
pretty interesting.
changed the whole model.
GEMI is down
But we've seen it slow
2.6%.
to scale, and now I'm starting to see it ramping up.
It's under $10.
Other things. Talk to us about the reason, the automation and AI, how it's changing.
Everyone said I wouldn't find a quality teaching degree online. Everyone except WGU. Their School of Education offers a...
Sure.
Look at Tesla popping here, 439.
Well, the key breakthrough the major breakthrough that SpaceX is hoping to achieve this year is full reusability. So no one has ever achieved full reusability of a rocket, which is very important for the cost of access to space.
Boom!
We've achieved partial reusability with
Damn.
line by landing the boost stage. We've now landed the boost stage over 500 times. But we have to throw away the upper stage. The upper stage sort of burns up on re-entry for Falcon 9. So, and that the cost of that is equivalent to a small to medium-sized jet. So, with Starship, which is a giant rocket, it's the largest flying machine ever made.
That's the rocket that you're using for the idea of going to Mars, right?
Yeah, Mars and the Moon, as well as for high volume satellite stuff. So Starship, hopefully this year we should prove full reusability for Starship, which will be a profound invention because the cost of access to space will drop by a factor of 100 when you achieve full reusability. It's the same sort of economic difference that you would expect that, between, say, a reusable aircraft and a non-reusable aircraft. Like if you have to throw your aircraft away after every flight, that would be a very expensive flight. But if you only have to refuel, then it's the cost of the fuel. And so that's really the
Rail Vision's about to go red.
The fundamental breakthrough
RVSN.
that gets the cost of access to space, we think, below the cost of freight on aircraft. So, under $100 a pound type thing easily. So it makes putting large satellites into space very low, very cheap. And then when you have solar in space, you get 5 times more effective.
General Electric is now under $300, $296.
It's always sunny.
It's cold.
It's always sunny, so you don't have a day-night cycle or seasonality,
right,
or weather, and you get about 30% more power in space because you don't have atmospheric attenuation of the power. The net effect is solar is 5 times more. Any given solar panel will do 5 times more energy in space than on the ground.
Is there any capacity in doing that and taking that power and bringing it back to Earth? Is there any way of doing that, or you're just taking that power and utilizing it for the needs, like building AI data centers in space?
I think the case is it's a no-brainer for building solar-powered AI data centers in space. Because as you mentioned, it's also very cold in space. If you're in the shadow, it's very cold in space. It's just 3 degrees Kelvin. So you just have solar panels facing the sun, and then a radiator that's pointed away from the sun, so it has no sun incidence, and then it's just cooling. It's a very efficient cooling system. So net effect is that the lowest cost place to put AI will be space, and that'll be true within 2 years, maybe three at the latest.
So looking 10 or 20 years out, how would you describe success with AI or space technology? Where do you see it? Are you more certain what's going to happen in the next 3 years or 5 or 10?
I don't know what's going to happen in 10 years, but the rate at which AI is progressing, I think we might have AI that is smarter than any human by the end of this year, and I would say no later than next year. And then probably by 2030 or 2031, call it 5 years from now, AI will be smarter than all of humanity collectively.
We only have a number of minutes left, but I want to humanize you for a second. So there's no speculation that you're
about peace.
Right. I want to. I would frame this question by you are the most successful entrepreneur, industrialist in the 21st century, maybe beyond. I want to really get this. What inspired you? Who's inspired you? What was the foundation of your curiosity? And importantly, what was it? Was there an aha moment, an epiphany at any time in your life,
I mean, as a kid, I read a lot of science fiction, sci-fi, fantasy books.
Yeah, we talked about
and comic books, and I always liked technology. I didn't expect to be where I am today. It seems incredibly implausible. But yeah, I was inspired by reading about books about the future, about science fiction, and I guess I want to make science fiction not fiction forever. At some point, turn science fiction to science fact. And you know, we want to have like Starfleet,
Series B conversion.
and Star Trek, really for real. Like where we actually have giant spaceships traveling through space, going to other planets, traveling to other star systems,
I'm
going to
just
places
interested
where
if
we've
I
never
could
gone.
be beamed up to go back to New York. I'd like to just be beamed back to New York instead of flying.
Yeah. But,
Talking about Star Trek.
No, I guess my essential, I have what I would call the philosophy of curiosity. I'd like to understand the meaning of life. You know, is the standard model of physics correct regarding the beginning of life, the beginning of existence, and the end of the universe? What questions do we not know to ask that we should ask? And AI will help us with these things. So I'm just trying to understand, how do we get here? What's going on? What's real? Are there aliens? Maybe there are.
Maybe.
And if we've got spaceships that are traveling to other star systems, we may encounter aliens, and or we may find many long dead alien civilizations. But I just want to know what's going on. I'm curious about the universe, and
He just wants to know what's going on. That's all.
that's my philosophy.
Do you see yourself ever going to Mars in your lifetime?
Yeah, I mean, I would say like I did.
That's a long commitment.
I've been asked, but
Isn't that 3 years each way?
it's 6 months.
6 months, that's all it is?
Yeah, 6 months, but the planets only
Just
align
6 months, no
every
big
2
deal.
years.
Okay.
So, yeah, I've been asked a few times, like, do I want to, die on Mars? And I'm like, yes, but just not on impact.
That's a good answer. Anyway, we're out of time. Hopefully everybody enjoyed this. I mean, there's so many myths around Elon Musk. I can tell you he's a great friend.
Not really,
and I
bro.
constantly learn so
It's
much
not
from
really.
him.
It's not that mythological.
And I'm totally inspired by what he has done. I've been inspired who he is. And I'm totally inspired by his vision of the future. And I don't think it's such a bad future. And I agree with his optimism. So Elon, thank you. Any last words?
Well, I think my last words would be, I would encourage everyone to be optimistic and excited about the future.
Good.
And generally, I think for quality of life, it is actually better to err on the side of being an optimist and wrong rather than a pessimist and right.
I mean, he's right about that.
Surf for turf. With the Zaxby's box, the
He's
answer
not
is
wrong
both.
about that.
Get Zaxby's Southern Fried Shrimp and their famous fingers together.
No thanks. Good stuff. Yeah, good stuff.
Here, AI mode expansion, keep an eye on GeoOGL, and always keep an eye on this talk around 11 for any potential blog drops. I believe at one point they announced quantum stuff over the blog at 11, so that's certainly the place to look. Back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Vera. Today, what an open, straight flush off of the open. Some of yesterday's price action, we saw at the end of the day what a potential tweet can do, but a little bit of a sentiment shift, right? Kind of talking on the tariffs over Greenland tacos. So market bid up, maybe a little bit of a
Said
sweep, maybe
Greenland
some
tacos.
let's say very mechanical buy.
Very mechanical.
So that kind of
What's
that kind
up,
of happened.
Mom?
So we'll see
Our
what happens
Mom?
today. We kind of gave back some of that as well right off.
Open
the
door
open.
and
So,
Tesla. That's
so
right.
It was quite nice. I think some of the best trades off of the open. I definitely missed a few good ones. I only got involved with Micron on a potential push up, but
How's your day going?
SNDK, that 500, that also a trend break here from yesterday's action. This one didn't really experience that much of a fluctuation off of any of the market move that we had yesterday.
Hey, thanks for
You can
coming
see
in. I
quite
appreciate it.
strong, holding its own right there, but flush coming in quite nice.
Thank you for the
500,
comments. Thank you. Thank
straight
you.
Slice through that 500 off of the open. So I was looking at SNDK. I was looking at Micron as well. Micron, man, again, I was telling Sharif that in the Blue Ocean session,
Lemonade's
had
up.
some significant price action on Micron last night.
Wow.
It was pretty crazy. Let's take a look at what happened in the Blue Ocean session there.
What happened? Oh,
Oh, nice. Gabrielle, I hear
This
you.
action
Random
right
name.
here, pure squeeze.
that's great.
Through into and through 400, all the way up to 405.
Lemonade
And then fails.
on
pulls back
fire
in.
right now.
So I don't know. I was looking at it. And I was like, all right, Micron might be interesting. Might be an interesting one off of the open tomorrow, as we could not hold that 400 and very squeeze-like action in the after hour. So coming into the intraday, guess what, Sri? That 400 break back down happens in the pre-market. You come in pre-market lows 394s. Slices through that. Prior day flows slices right through that as well. So I was watching it. I saw the shorts there, but some of those shorts were probably the best trades off of the open, in my opinion, for my playbook. But didn't really participate in them. Went on to the next trade, which again was the reversion.
Right side.
So right side of the D here on my chart.
INTJ.
Got a little chopped up here on the push. I got a little spooked there. Again, real risk is down to this low here. I got it all the way up here above 380s. The low was 376s and some change, just shy of 377s. Tried it once, didn't really work out. Tried it again. Got to
MMDR
I was looking
down
for more. I was looking for
18%.
maybe a 50% retracement, but that still hasn't come in
Mobile
yet.
Health
Got a little
Network.
chopped up. So gave this back to break even, not the best. Gave this back to somewhat break even here
Interesting.
on the second attempt. And the third attempt, I just wanted to take the push through 386s. This was a flat top push, double top here at 386s. That was holding very, very cleanly. So I'm like, yeah, I want to try to build some inventory, take it through that 86, especially when it starts to ramp up and close in, and the market is starting to turn, and SNDK is starting to push as well. So that's good. That was good confluence for me. So just took a piece off from just below 385s all the way up into 386s, 387s, just shy of 387s. But now we're consolidating higher. Now we're holding above VWAP. So the continuation, I might like that a little bit more here. Let's see what the market does as well. I'm watching SNDK as well. I would potentially consider SNDK maybe a bit of a leader, but they both kind of do their own thing. Here, VWAP is holding as of right now on both of these names. So some of these chips very, very strong off the open in terms of the sell side. AMD we were watching yesterday.
AMD.
Nothing too crazy here on AMD today. Nvidia, man, that slice off of that the tweet there of the tariffs being canceled. That was intense. That was pretty aggressive, and a lot of things broke through their intraday highs. I remember taking that Google reversion as well.
Am I live every day? No.
Held VWAP.
No, I'm just live today because I'm not trading a whole lot.
Back up was quite nice.
Market's doing pretty good today.
Above Prior day's highs.
Typically, I'm trading
getting me
and too stressed out to go live.
Very strong long bias, but then off of the open straight chop, so didn't really do much with it either. So those are some of the things that I was watching, Sharif, and I guess talk about a couple more here. EG, Procter & Gamble, had earnings, but off of the open, strong bid up there, pulls back into VWAP. I guess VWAP is the place to get involved on this one because it held it like a champ. Even anchored VWAP coming in around the same area, so that was the only place where I really see a potential trade here.
Sometimes I am, but no, maybe just a few times a week.
Chop that up as well. So a little
typically
bit more
on the weekends.
but once the bid does catch on, it's starting to grind up slowly higher. Now trading above 1 50s. And I think there was one more name here that I had on watch. I think it was SMCI. Neil messaged me in the morning. He was just like, SMCI is looking pretty decent.
Right.
But SMCI, bit of a chop fest for me. I was watching this key level at around 33, flushes off the open, sideways chop, so not really doing
What's
that
GoPro
daily weekly
doing?
breakout as of right now. I really liked Mobileye. Mobileye had earnings
GoPro's
today
up
with a gap
4%.
down, and Sharif, this was coming into a very, very key level, in my opinion.
It's just
So if we just zoom out on this one on the weekly,
not much out
you
here
can see
today.
here, prior lows were coming in at $10.04 right here on the weekly. This was the 15th of December, that week right there. So I'm like, okay, we've been in a pretty aggressive downtrend. It's a very strong downtrend. So I'm looking
Not
for a breakdown
much
on,
out there
on the weekly
today.
time frame to happen on the intraday. So that didn't really come in.
Couple I
Pre-market
like.
lows were 10.08. So I'm like, pre-market low break, that if that comes in, that'll be a nice confluence with that higher time frame weekly level at $10, but we just bid up off of the open, doing the exact opposite of what I was looking for. So didn't really participate with that one. But let me know in the chat, what have you guys been trading? And Sharif, let us know about the small cap world.
Yeah, I'm looking at ASTI right now, already 0 for 1 on it. Tried to get in for the breakout, stopped out. Back in at 69, couple of beak wetters, one into 77, one into 82. It's dropping back down. There it is, right back into 69. It's very volatile, this one. And it's preceded by quite an aggressive topping tail candle that took us into the high of 636. This one's up 26%. Not the number one gapper in the market. That belongs to SXTP. We'll get to that one in a second. So just looking through
Just
this,
gotta wait my turn, be
continuation
patient.
here. It's dilly-dallying around VWAP. This is
Just
one of
gotta
those
be
anomalous
patient.
situations where, because the price action developed really quickly, you have the volume weighted average price a little
I've
bit
been waiting
higher
my
than
whole
the 10
life.
EMA
Might
on
as
the
well
5.
wait a little
The 10
bit
EMA
longer,
showing
right?
540. The volume weighted average price, I think, is at 70 or 69. So let's continue to watch here as the price develops. I'm break even on it currently, based upon the current price action.
Hey, if you guys
I'm
want to
looking
give me a
for
follow on
possible move
TikTok,
back
I'm
into
on
6.
there.
If we get
Same
to 6,
name
I am concerned that
on
there
all
will be selling
platforms.
at 6. We
Facebook,
blew
all
through
that
6
kind
like
of
it
good
didn't even
stuff.
matter earlier, and I was talking about the candle at 11:05. So let's see if this one wants to pop back off into the 80s. I have some in the 80s. I have some in the 90s. I stop out through the $0.50. Simple as that. Okay. I'm also keeping an eye on many different other ones. So let's get right to them right now. NAMM. This was a monster mover from yesterday. We were all over this one.
Hit that subscribe button, you guys.
Another good day.
Help me out. Help me out. Subscribing is free.
Well, from the pre-market low,
Doesn't cost you anything.
We're up 131%, but technically up on the day.
Don't cost you guys anything to subscribe
We're up 54
or to like the channel.
The 10 EMA on the 5, right here, right now, $3.40.
I'll tell you what, I do like this one right here.
Retracement, unbroken lower highs still on the chart, so you know the sellers and or the profit takers are currently
Years.
of NAMM. Waiting for a trend change. NUAI, not up big on the day, but not too bad.
Quite a while. I like this one right here, FRGT. Watching this one heavy.
This one is putting higher lows though, right? So
Down
even though you
14%,
feel
I like it.
maybe we've got a bit of a flat top through 9.25. It looks like that's where the closing prints all reject. We are putting in some higher lows. Now, how do we break that trend? Well, we lose this area right here, this candle at 1040, the low of which is 878. So I'll say to you, I'll submit to you maybe 880, 875. You've lost that level. That ends up being a lower low. I'm not going to be quick to jump into this one. It's got a declining volume profile, as you can see there on the bottom right of your screen. But yeah, volume and price are diverging there because you've got higher lows on the price and lower highs.
I'm not sure what I was saying.
PANL, I don't know what the hell is going on with this one. This one found all sorts of strength right at 1030, halted, and then gapped up, and it's kind of doing nothing.
I am
with a
not
seriously
sure.
Declining volume profile. It's still up about 24%. We're going to keep an eye on it to see if it's establishing some sort of tradable range. USAR, look, a lot of the metals are up today. MP's up 7 3/4. Criminal, CRML is there. USAR is there as well. So the mineral, the mining, critical mineral, critical elements, whatever you want to call them, names are in vogue at the moment. This one's up 20.25%. It's also kind of got that higher low trend, kind of.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Lower high trend at the moment. I'd wait for that to break, maybe above.
Just be saying shit sometimes.
23.40. We'll keep an eye on USAR. But I'm seeing my friend ASTI working its way back into 6, looking for continuation here into the mid-90s.
I like THH. I think this one's going to pop.
Use those resting orders, people, because unless you're super quick with the hotkeys and you're watching the
but I don't know.
times, they spend very little time in any one price area. So do yourself a favor
I think
and
it could.
catch those prints. So ASTI, we already went through that one. HYMC, how directional is this?
It's just
But this
dropped
one got
so
all
much.
sorts of shellac right off the bell yesterday. From the opening bell to the low of the day, we were down about 20% on HYMC, recovering a little bit, but still below the pre-market highs of yesterday. To get above those pre-market highs from yesterday, we got to get here above 48. Last, the high of the day is 46.90, but this is a very clean higher low trend right now, and basically an upward channel.
FRGT.
The hell out of that 10 EMA.
So it's going up.
HYMC, a good looker.
It's going up.
Right? $46, whatever. You're gonna have to ante up for that bad boy. So keep that in mind. RDW, I had an ill-fated trade on. I was seeing some higher lows on this one. It ended up breaking trend, so I lost about 8 pennies per share. The 10 EMA on the 5 and RDW is 1182. It's up 16.25%. It looks like it's kind of structuring up. There's your bull flag breakout 930 consolidation, bull flag number 2 on volume at about 20 after 10. And then it looks like we're caught in a bit of a consolidation again over here. Possibly a third bull flag. Your guess is as good as mine. We're going to keep an eye on RDW. And last but not least, Criminal Man, CRML. Love this one. Well, we're going to have to, get the right setup here. What I perceive is there's certainly a seller at 80. 1780 has, and 1775 to 1780 has a lot of selling. So you have breached it. It's 1815 high. But take a look at the closing prints.
He said
Very
breach.
few are above 1780. So that's the bad side. We know there's a seller there. What's the good side? Well, you don't need to look for
Like
long to find
breaches?
that, baby. Look at
Like
this.
that you
Many,
wear?
Many higher lows. This is feeling very flat top breakish on CRML. It's not up big, but it's more of a mature stock now. It's been, on our scanner, I think, better part of 6 months, 8 months. Anyway, 15.5%. It's towards the lower end of the range. I think the money fills here on CRML 1750, 17 mid 50, 1760. That's where the bottoming tail candles have been finding support basically since 10 to 11.
Is it?
1050, all the prints that dip into that 750 area have been bought up, but they still suffer from some lower highs, okay? So CRML definitely in focus for me. We're going to keep an eye out on that one. Good look.
Oh, yeah, 6%. Yeah, good call.
And here comes 6 again. Where do we get to on the current bar high is 98. So we know there's a seller in the high 90s in or around $6. Here comes 98 again. And here's 99. Watching. Can we get a clearance of 6? I don't think we're going to get a clearance of 6 that easy. So we're going to have to pack the patience here. But Criminal,
Netflix.
ASTI is definitely in focus. My man,
84 again.
Corey frickin' Ewing. He's doing it live. He does it live every
He's doing
day.
it live.
My guy. Appreciate your analysis. The chat is
Yeah, probably is going to
DVLT
4.
is the squeeze worth the juice. Your thoughts.
It's a big candle.
What stocks are you short? So I'll look at DVLT, then we'll get Adara's take in one quick second. Let's pull up DVLT and see what all the rave is. I didn't even see anything talk about DVLT. Take a look. Not bad. Okay, so that's why I don't have eyes on it. Sub $1. Not bad. Not a bad look at all. What's the percentage up on the day? We're only talking 9% here, my man.
We're only talking 9%,
That's
my
nicely, so
man.
we're going to do it live. DVLT up the 9.1 with about 39 million shares of volume. You got to love the structure here. There is hints of bamboozlement. I'm talking about that 930 implied balance high candle, takes you all the way up to 80, flushes, goes negative on the day, loses 75. But that was really the kind of, I want to say, the end of the bamboozlement, because then it basically started putting in a plethora of higher lows and higher highs into that 82 penny high.
Right.
It's earned its way onto the side chart. It's just about who we're going to take off in order to put on DVLT, but Corey Ewing.
Right.
And there goes ASTI. Obi, I don't even have any orders over here. Let's put some at 18. And then, you know, I love my number 25, so we're going to throw 25 on there. We're going to do it live, but we're going to get Dara's take, see if she's short the market.
Yeah, my best trade by far, not even close, is a Meta long, so obviously not going to discuss that here, but I will talk about my GE short.
Oh, you went long on Meta? Wow. That's so risky.
Oh, we just took some profit. Nice. I tried a long here. Would have worked.
What a fucking joke.
Didn't work. That's fine. That's cool. Don't care. Because then we break that 300. We short. We added.
Some of these trades that they make.
And we come and we take some profit. So I am short GE at 300. Though I get.
You shorted GE?
We'll send it back to the mid.
No way.
Good question in the super chat, Corey.
Thank you. There goes ASTI into the area high, taking out 6 1/4. It's a 636 high of day.
So risky.
But here we
Such
go
a risky
again.
trade.
So now let's do a little bit of TA. Let's find out what the situation is and where to expect resistance.
What news channel?
on
It's
ASTI. We're gonna call it ASTI. All right, ASTI is too long of a word. ASTI. Take a look at our friend ASTI over here. Oh, this is not a bad looking stock at all.
It's like Trader
Okay, so
TV
this is
Live or
a
something.
whole
Trader
bunch
TV
of
Live, yeah.
Now, you know, suffers from the same affliction many different small cap gappers suffer from, is that they have outsized days and then they revert back either negative or they have monster.
I listen to them because they stay on top of the market.
But this is not a bad day, guys.
Pretty
An
good.
upward channel doesn't happen by accident. This is a good look here.
They've got some good updates
Nasty.
and stuff.
I would
but
say, you know,
news
we're definitely
alerts.
getting towards the higher end of that range. We can, if we clear it at 6.5, we can certainly expect resistance between 6.5 to 6 2/3. Given the topping tilt that we put on the 5th of January, and then if we really get aggressive, we're going to always encounter, not always, but more likely than not to encounter resistance at 7, the whole dollar level. But we will find probably resistance on the high at 7.
Yeah, they do
That
talk
was
about
the
some
high
good
on
stocks.
the 23rd of December. So we're well above most of the other ranges, save and except for the 5th of January's high and the 23rd of December's high. We're going to do it live on this one. Let's keep
Do it live.
Don't diddle. I'm not diddling, man. I'm trying to set up here and do some TA for y'all. But thanks for the comment there. Keeping an eye on this. Obi, what do you got on your side, my man?
Not much, man. I'm trying this Amazon here. It's coming up into some prior days levels.
I'm not loving Walmart.
Micron as well.
Bro, what is
Micron,
this?
Continues to push higher. I tried this bit, but kept it too tight there. I gave it a relatively break-even stop. That came in almost right away, but you can see it's holding trend all the way from that VWAP hold 386.
All right, first trade of the day.
391.
They don't always come early.
So keeping a close eye on these strong trenders.
Taking a position in TA.
Asset DK. And definitely on Micron as well. So sometimes I get a little chopped up with a 1 minute chart. So I'm just going to kind of push back up onto the 3 minute and be like, okay, let's just do down a little bit. Let's kind of wait, be patient, maybe risk some prior bars on this. A lot of chop here that I'm putting myself through for no reason. The market is strong to the upside. I can kind of ride on that trend, right and dirty.
Here we go. THH. We're taking a position right there, 70 cents. See what happens. I could have got it cheaper, but
35 on Amazon. A bit of a level from not prior day, but what day was this? This was on Tuesday. So Tuesday's high. So
I like it for the swing. Could be dropping some more.
Pushed here on Amazon. I'm expecting a little bit of turbulence. We did get some. I punched the lows there of that pullback.
Traded it yesterday too, so
But sizing appropriately and accordingly is
kind of like it.
I want to go here. Still,
If I can get it cheaper.
This is me on the front side of it, right? So I do have to
Average down.
kind of be aware of that and understand that is the case here. But yeah, let us know in the chat. What are you guys trading? I'm curious to know what other stocks are in play. Find out.
All right, we're about to hit 2 hours on live, you guys. So if you guys could hit me with the like, the thumbs up, I would appreciate it.
NASDAQ listed bioelectronic technology.
Definitely helps, and it's free. So
COR. electroCore develops non-invasive neuromodulation therapies designed to activate the vagus nerve products spanning prescription medical devices and consumer wellness. Its flagship Gamma Core platform is FDA cleared for multiple headache indications, while its Truvaga and Quell product expand the company's reach into wellness and chronic pain. With growing adoption across the VA, international healthcare systems, and direct-to-consumer channels, electroCore is building a diversified, high-margin bioelectronic business. Learn more at electrocore.com. Thank you very much for that. Thank you for electroCore. Shut up. All right. I want to get to the what's it called? I want to get to the super chat. Thank you very much. What's this individual's name? Show yourself. There we go. Thank you very much for that. Satyam
EVTV
225. Thanks for everything. What is the tap on BT? No, we have an IPO today, which is who knows, right? But slated to open up during our show. They typically do. And here's what we're looking at. It's going to be BTGO on the NYSE. The tap is currently showing $20.50. The original range for this IPO price was 15 to 17. It was oversubscribed at the IPO level.
A little too expensive for me, but I hear you.
Showing a little bit above that. We'll get
I'd have to really look into the chart.
But let's take a look at the imbalance locator. It's going to be on the New York. So let's go ahead and what are we going to do? We're going to do by.
I've never heard of this one either, bro. You're coming out of the woodwork with these ones.
Let's go size.
I think I've seen it, but yeah.
A buy side imbalance.
Not familiar with it.
BTGO of 239,000.
I'll write it down though.
Yeah, so 240,000 shares. Basically, they've paired off, meaning they've paired buy and sell orders together. They've paired about 455,000 of those already. So one trick Sean gave me was to keep an eye on the size here. So when the size starts dwindling, that means the exchange has kind of done its job well by pairing buy and sell orders together before the open. So that's what we're looking at right now. BTGO on the NYSE has about 240,000 right now outstanding to the buy side imbalance of 240,000, meaning there's more buy side orders that they were unable to pair with sell side orders, and that's what we mean an imbalance. As I said already, they've paired over 450,000 of these bad boys already.
Okay.
So we're going to keep an eye out on this one, and it likely will find its way onto my side chart just so that I know when it's open. But usually the chat does really, really good in informing us what's going on over there. Who else is this? Easy Media 100. Keep your eyes on ARCAT. Let's take a look at the cat. ARCAT is a repeat offender on the midday show. It's featured many, many times. Let's take a look at what it's up to today. Oh, it's at the day high. Yo, ARCAT is starting to look proper on the daily. This is a full-fledged breakout above December 2024 highs, above the October 2024 highs, and another 13 3/4 on the day. That is the daily chart. Let's take a look at the intraday. Beautiful. Good, fantastic structure. Higher lows, higher highs, that incremental building up. It looks like a staircase, right? Because every step a little bit higher, and there's your base there. So it's fantastic. VWAP hold, 10 EMA hold, and the 10 EMA jiving with the prior area of resistance, now support. I'm talking about that 1710 to 17.25 range. Take a look at that 955 candle on the 5 on ARCAT. Ends up acting as support last. We're into the high of the day right now. I'd like a pullback maybe into 1750. We'll have to wait and see on this one. But this looks really good. So ARCAT's going to replace PANL over here. Good call out by you, man. Because ARCAT, it doesn't have to be up 300% on the day for us to trade it. As long as there's good trend structure, we're going to be all over that bad boy. So IPOs, small cap gappers, there's a whole lot running, baby. So stick with it.
Cool. Sure. So market continuing to catch its bid to the upside here. 25,700 here on the NASDAQ that I'm seeing about to potentially come in, but this consolidation from the pre-market as well is what we're coming into. So yeah, I got eyes on here in terms of the mags. What is the strongest? Maybe it's Tesla, maybe it's Amazon, but Tesla a little bit extended there. But Amazon a lot more extended than the others I'm seeing here. I haven't checked Meta just yet. We can take a quick look at Meta here, guys. Let's take a look at this one here
Baby.
at the same time. This is Micron right here. Micron, beautiful uptrend here. Bit of a miss on my part, not staying involved with this. My initial bids were here at 379s and 381s and 382s, and I also bid 383s and 384s. We're trading 391. So a bit of a chop fest here. Gets me taken out in terms of stops. But we talked about this yesterday, Sharif. Whenever it's choppy on a smaller time frame, just gotta move up to higher. I love how you said that. 5 minutes, not that bad. 15 minutes, much cleaner. If you want to go even higher, we can get much higher as well. But those are the ones I like to mainly look at. Hourly as well. Well, hourly haven't really printed too many hourly bars just yet, but you can see the bids are coming in just in and around the same areas that they were yesterday off of the open and holding prior day's structure from Tuesday here on Micron at the same time. But Meta was the one we were going to take a look at here. Meta, wow, on the hourly, absolute strength coming into 640s as of right now. So we got a super chat here from WCM. Good tunes. I like it. GME. That's it. All right. Let's take a look at GME right after I'm done with this Meta. Meta, you can see here. Relative volume. Okay. All right. I didn't see this before. See, I don't really keep close eyes on the Meta. A relative volume with a strong bid coming in on the day today. The 639s again is the high of day.
Trying to get it onto my other account.
I know there was some news there in the morning about I forget the guy's name, but he bought like 500K shares. Board granted Ryan Cohen an option for 171.5 million shares at 20.66 after his 500,000 share purchase. So that his 500,000 share purchase happened on the 20th, which was on Tuesday. You can see here, maybe this was him just taking out the ask in the after hours, perhaps. But I think someone said that it was bought in the intraday. So whatever it is, people kind of chasing into that move after he's buying, and we're getting that relative volume on the day today. So let's take a quick look at a higher time frame. Wow, this thing is a straight chop fest on the higher time frame. We still haven't broken down this $10 level, which is very interesting to me, and even this $20 level, which we attempted to hold during 2022 as well. These were the times. These were great times in the market. Hopefully,
all right, grab it up some THH.
But GME, maybe
trying to get more.
Maybe we get another bout up into the 28s. And
I've got here, some in this account, a little bit in the other account. There it goes.
But we'll be right back.
There it goes. Nice little pop on it.
Talk about Bitcoin, which is continuing to trade here below
Doesn't take much.
Yesterday's high here around 90,006. Today's high just a little bit lower than that. So yesterday we did find some support here at 8720s. We're not even close to that level today, but 8720 support goes back to late December of 2025. So that could be a level for Bitcoin potentially test and do something with. Just to go over the technicals a bit here. Let's take a look at Ethereum as well. ETH continuing to look very similar to Bitcoin on the chart. To go back to Bitcoin and to zoom it out to 3-month chart here for BTC, I want to bring our attention back to something that happened at near the end of 2022, and that is the collapse of FTX. Why do I bring this up now? This is obviously very old news. Well, Caroline Ellison, who's the former co-CEO of Alameda Research, and obviously part of this whole scandal with FTX, she's apparently scheduled for release. She was in community confinement since October of last year, transferred from a federal prison in Connecticut, but now apparently looks like she's going to be released from such confinement next Wednesday. So this coming Wednesday. So just take a look there. It looks like at least part of this chapter here for FTX is now over. And I'm reading some analysis here saying the fact that
0.692 is where I'm grabbing some more shares at right there. I gotta get it in.
But either way, interesting stuff. Just an update on that FTX situation.
Opening price. Wow, there's some people hitting the bid on Amazon there. Wow, that was a 20-penny wipe through some lows there. You're going to continue to keep it on watch here. I'm looking at the open price here on Amazon, and on the bid, we went right through that opening price. Let's get specific. That was at 234.05. Nice. 234.5. happening 234.05. That was the opening price here on Amazon. You can see we came up onto it, consolidated, and pushed a little bit higher here. We'll see if we can pull back into that again. This is in and around the week high here at in the 235s. So looking for a bit of a pullback, maybe straight. That was it, sir. But keeping a close eye on this one. Micron can
Get a nice little trade in.
What kind of chips are you guys involved in? I'm looking for the chips with the dip right now, and the dip already happened in the morning. So maybe some others that are lagging behind. I don't know.
And the best part about when you do that is you have such a lackadaisical, chilled out way of just dropping these.
Green tea, bro.
It's the green tea. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, you and I, and the different effects of the caffeine with tea and coffee.
Yeah.
Folks
It gets me way too jittery, man. Like
Yeah,
sometimes when I get too hopped up, like I can see in my entries. Like for example, I didn't have maybe I had a little bit of caffeine this morning. But you can see, look at these entries and exits, dude. Like I start painting the chart because I'm so like jittery and that jittery.
I just like it for the trade, for the pop.
And some of my best executions do not look like that at all. Some of my best trades do not look like that at all.
Did well with it yesterday.
It's just like, you know, any sort of drugs that you take. Caffeine is one hell of a drug. Trust me when I tell you.
So 1.36
What's that?
million shares traded. They did 3.5 million yesterday. 6.5,
Which one?
down 13%. So it's under a lot of pressure right now. See it?
So, yeah, you gotta be aware of these things. I definitely,
Did you guys just see that? It's at 68 cents now.
What kind of chemical enhancements, how they portray onto the charts and through my execution.
So I'm gonna shoot for 65 cents.
A lot of caffeine, not making the best decisions, maybe making them too fast as well. You know, getting in too early or getting out too early as well, right? So definitely have to watch some of that.
Okay.
But the right amount of caffeine is
The right amount of
the right amount of caffeine.
When I came back from vacation, I didn't have any coffee at all when I was in Aruba. And at the last day,
It's under a lot of pressure right
when I
now.
was waiting for the bus to shuttle me to the airport. I'm like, yeah, all right, I got a long flight. Let me smash a cappuccino.
Am I going long or short?
Any caffeine, right?
I am buying shares for the swing trade.
So I get super sensitive to it, especially if you don't have it for a while.
So-
We're gonna pause for a second because we have news at the big desk.
Keep an eye on TMUS. This one is spiking, kind of an odd catalyst here. T-Mobile on watch after the National Advertising
Could lose on it, but
apparently concluded that T-Mobile did not comply with recommendations for cost-saving claims for its cellular service plan. So odd for it to be kind of moving around in this either way here. National Advertising Review
could be a
Board
nice trade.
saying T-Mobile did not comply with certain recommendations with regards to cost savings claims. Back to you.
Thank you very much. All right, I got stopped out of NHLM. So we had a couple of scalps on this one, so it won't be a big hit, but it broke trend earlier, then it had the topping fill candle into 4. I wasn't involved in that, but it's continuing to put in some lower highs now. In fact, it feels like it might be destined to drop back down into the volume weighted average price. So we're going to go 0 for 1 here on NAM, but we're going to look to do it live. I want to see a bit better of a chart pattern right now. If that means waiting a little bit, then I got to wait. But we're keeping an eye here on the our cat. I've got actually a dip trade still that hasn't filled. We're only in at 45. It's showing me 50. It's holding the 10 EMA on the 5, which is good news. But we'll see.
Right.
We'll see exactly how this one ends up.
See what happens.
But NAM,
0.66. Might grab a few shares there.
So did I get pushed out of this too quick? And that's the thing. So there was a seller in the mid 60s here that we really couldn't shake, especially since I got in. I just want to watch a little bit more here on NAM. Yeah, because it keeps finding support in and around that $0.50. Now it does breach the $0.50 on a technical basis by a penny or two. And I don't know. I don't know if this is the best one. I don't know if I should be short of focusing my attention here on NAM, especially if it's going to continue to do this chop. Because there are others that I could put my focus on. Farm Trader says short it. Yeah, I'm not comfortable yet shorting these small cap gappers. I talked to Barbato a little bit about it today. We're going to keep an eye on that. I was talking to Obi about it yesterday. I want to add that kind of trade to my repertoire so that, when...
You got to be willing to go both ways.
Exactly. and not in that way, of course, but in the trading way, yeah, absolutely.
The trading way.
And and let's cut the crap. Not every day there's going to be ones to trade long. So you got to be ready to kind of,
Time and place.
Yes, I completely agree. So anyway, continue to watch here NAMM as it finds support at 50, trades into the 60s. I'm not going to be quick with it. Just going to keep. Shout out to you guys. Hey man, we gotta make jokes. We're here for 3 hours. Are you kidding me? We gotta say some stuff, especially controversial stuff. You know, it gets the people going.
Yes.
And the people like getting going, or even if they don't know it.
Yeah,
they like
exactly.
right. So anyway, all right, we're having a good time. All right, so we're continuing to hold here on the cat. The cat is losing the trend. It's coming down into the 10 EMA on the 5, loses the $0.25. It loses me as a trader, so we're going to keep an eye out on this one. We've got 41s on. It's showing me 36. We've got no profit takers up on this monster. It probably behooves me to throw, no, not 18.45, 17.45, please and thank you. So we'll throw that on there, and we'll throw...
Boom, back to 69 cents, and that's why I like it right there.
A bit of an easy
See that?
area. We'll throw in some orders there as well. And then there's
I was a little bit too early. Maybe we'll see. See what happens.
All right, let me just have a look here. I'm going to put breakout trades, 367.
See those big green candles right there?
Then we can take out some.
That's what I was trying to get ahead of.
Better trades. To be honest, it feels like a compression pattern. So maybe I have to adjust this trend line a little bit. Yeah. Okay. So here I've adjusted the trend line on NAM, so it looks as follows. Okay. Earlier it was a bit steeper, so I'm going to leave it like that. And so if it decidedly breaks above this on a closing basis, I think I'll get involved. So I don't want to get cut up too much on NAM and then end up going super red on the day. Let's pack the patience and see if we can get a better setup on that one. RCAT coming into 45. There it is, printing into 45. Looking for continuation into the $0.50. We've got 49s as well. I'm looking for a 10 EMA on the 5 hold. On the cat, our cat, of course, in the 47s we go.
Not a lot. I'm messing around with it.
So by definition, it will have to take out that. Look at ASCII.
Like 3 days I'm trading with right now.
ASTR, show yourself, yeah. Back.
Trying to get
greatest below the volume weighted alpha.
There it goes. So we got a nice little trade in on it. Nothing crazy, you guys, nothing crazy, but I'm telling you right now that every little bit helps. You know what I'm saying?
6, and then we put in a plethora of lower highs. We're still trading number 1 below 6. We still are putting in lower highs, even if we get above VWAP, even if we get above 6. The lower high, issue will resolve itself, I think, above 6.25. That's where we decidedly break that trend. I got to tell you, I don't have a good read here on ASTI. And as a result, I'm not going to get involved. If I don't have a good read, that means I can't trade it with any confidence or conviction. So I'm going to stay clear for the moment on ASTI until I like what I see. But for the most part here, I want to say for the exception of these 3 candles that actually closed or opened above 590, there's been a lot of selling at 590. Take, for example, that 1055 candle. How about the 11 o'clock candle? Look at the closing print on the 11:05 candle.
Sorry, you guys. I got to walk all the way over there to the trade on that other computer.
15, 20, and 25 are above 590 and down.
Just wanted to get something small trade in.
We're looking at the $4 level as the area of support or resistance, but in this case, there seems to be a seller.
And you're asking why I liked it. I just,
we can't see the shape.
Kind of seen that one coming. Kind of seen that drop coming. That drop and pop coming is under a lot of pressure, and
of course,
just wanted to get in and out real quick.
We're showing me 49s right now. We're waiting at 49s. Need the cross to get printed. It's a 1 penny spread, but we're not hitting the print quite yet. But
overall, I probably had a little bit over 100 shares between all the accounts.
Come on. All right. Not yet. Okay, fine. While we wait for that one, let me tell you about this. NUAI, not the biggest name on the day, up 27%, well off the highs, but coming in to the volume weighted average price at 860. Could be a buy here for a scalp trade, but you do have unbroken lower highs, mind you, right? Ever since that topping tail candle at 1035 that put in the high of the day.
It's a nice trade.
It has been a symphony of lower highs and lower lows. So if you're going to pick up that VWAP trade, make sure you're scalping a little bit. And then last but not least here, before we send it to the OP, is the one to know. MP, almost up 9%. USAR is about to take out or get into the highs, I should say. USAR up into 23.55. It's looking very strong. 23.75, probably a resistance level, but the high of the day is 67 on the dot. So that one is taking out some trends here. So be on the lookout for that. And there goes our cap. We've got 39s on now. It's showing me 60s. The next print we're looking for there is, of course, 69. And then above that, we're going to wait at 77s. Oh, and then above that, we're going to wait at 82. So looking for the cap to do its thing, 25. Let's go into 18. Our cap. Be look a good look. Oh, what do you got?
Much. My alarm is going off now. It is, if you remember, it's the one where if I'm sitting bag holding a position, this is around the time where I should probably get up and go for a walk. But guess what? I'm not in any position, so it's fine. All good. So we shall see where the next trade is. I'm stalking this Micron really, really closely here. It did have a very aggressive bid all the way from 378s, 379s, all the way up to 390s here as of right now. But the market tailwind is definitely not there, and SNDK still hasn't really taken a bit of a turn. So I'm going to be patient. 390 is interesting to me on Micron. What's up there?
Good news for our friends PDS Biotechnology, or PDSB. We're going to thank our friends at PDSB and shout them out here because they apparently just announced a new fully allowed U.S. patent covering key technology underlying its lead asset, which is PDS 0101. And this also extends potential market protection into the 2040s. When combined with their biologics exclusivity, PDS 0101 has shown a median overall survival of more than 3 years in phase 2, and they're now entering a pivotal phase 3 study with FDA discussions underway with regards to a faster approval path. So thank you again, and shout out to our friends at PDSB. Back to you.
All right, Obe.
Oh man, I was like,
Obe is killing me
listen,
over
I'm
here.
not
Bro.
superstitious, but I am definitely a little stitious. So I'm telling you that Adira's outfit is not to be truffled with. Okay?
Truffled.
Whenever
like
she wears
truffles?
red off of the open or sometime during the day.
Oh, I get those references.
Oh man, sorry y'all.
The market has a bit of a red.
I'm sure you could
red
see
side.
it was a nice trade. See those candles? I was on the other laptop trading the hell out of this.
We'll talk about that later.
Look at that.
No, I don't want to get biased.
Look at that thing.
Coming in, but
Look at
the
that.
hit rate
That was
speaks for
nice.
itself, I think,
Nice
for
trades.
itself. So whether or not you want to believe in uncorrelated indicators.
Nice trades on THH.
Anyways, jokes aside,
Boom.
Amazon turned off of the 435.
Boom, and we're back where we started. We're back at 70 cents where we started. So that right there is why I liked it. Man, that was nice.
So I do have to be
Not much,
well to get aggressive as
but just
the sellers did
enough.
come in and caught that little piece. I wouldn't call it a reversion, just a quick little scalp.
SIDU, did it go up?
Same sellers from,
It went back up.
earlier on this week, Tuesday, were the week highs, and those were coming in at 2.507. Today's day high is
Yeah,
in and
368.
around, let's see what we have here. 22s. So I have 22. So I was just listing
368. Let's
against
go.
the quarter there, and that came in quite
Looks
nice.
good.
Gave us about 50 pennies. So where's the next trade?
Where is it?
Maybe Micron as it breaks this bid.
Oh, yeah, man.
Here, what was I replaced?
Pleases me.
Looks
greatly.
good.
Something here. What was that?
Pleases me greatly.
Looks good. Looks good. Looks good. Looks good.
I mean, I'm in a lot of Apple. So Apple's my main.
You and I both, brother. You and I both. This hasn't been a good few weeks, but hey,
I mean, I don't know what your average is, but I think I'm perfectly fine in years here. But yeah, exactly. So if you've been in for a few years, then you're perfectly fine.
I just want to keep the portfolio green, and I want
give us opportunities to buy a lot more.
compounding interest today, all that kind of good
I would
stuff.
say that Apple
Want to keep going up.
They haven't really come out with anything too crazy in terms of AI related. Or,
I almost don't really care what stock it's on.
iPhone sales. I mean, they made a deal with.
I'm being greedy.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
That's all right.
So they are participating here and there, but interesting to see that. Okay, I do want to get a little involved here.
Apparently, there's a ton of products that are going to come out this year. If you believe some of the rumors around Apple, talking about a super cheap MacBook Air That's based on the A19 processor, and so not an M processor. Good nonetheless. It's one that they put in the iPhones. There's so many different. There's a full
KDP, Dr. Pepper's down, Uber's down.
I think the 17 SE that's going to be coming out. I think in a few
AIV's down.
months, for spring, late
ARC
winter,
is down.
this year. There's just so many new products that they're going to come out. Whether they move the needle or not, that's an entirely different story.
FRGT
They run off of iPhone sales, right? They don't really do too much else, and as long as they have that cult following, and I think they'll be fine. And that's the bet, right? That's why I like the stock. I usually talk about technicals, but from a more fundamental perspective, that is why I really like the stock.
Respect that.
So
Jet AI still looking good over
has
here.
a lot of money as well. So offshore.
Jet AI still
right?
looking
So
good.
they can
EVTV.
they have room for investment.
Finding a bottom there, looking for
reading,
support.
recently that they're in some sort of debacle in India.
And looking for support on Jet AI here.
Indian regulator
Looking
wants to
good.
find
I like that.
38
Like that setup.
38 billion.
If it was on their world income assessed on their world
Like, who do you
revenue.
think you are? Being like, okay,
It's gonna be a runner, y'all. It's gonna be a runner.
No,
Yeah, exactly. Like they're just like, okay, well, I
It's
guess
gonna be a runner.
it's a money grab.
I'd just rather leave the Indian economy rather
Yeah,
than
exactly.
get
What Apple could just be like, well, you know what? Forget about it. I don't want to do business here. And
They haven't done that yet, though. Ironically,
Of course, they're not going to do
I mean,
that. 'Cause they have
FRGT's breaking out.
make their iPhones
FRGT's
cheaper. That's
breaking
why. That's the whole
out.
point. So they'll have to do
Trying
a cost
to.
benefit analysis, being like, do we slap the 38 billion?
That's why I was looking at it.
Really,
I wanted to scoop up some shares right there at 138. I just didn't do it. But yeah, FRGT.
They're gonna have to think about it. Be
Head it up.
Do we really want to get bullied around? Because there's hidden costs there as well. Because if they succumb to some bullying there,
Other people
then
are
other
gonna do it,
people are
brother.
going to be like,
Exactly.
so you have
Oh,
to,
they're
you
already
have to have
doing
some
it, man.
posture, right?
They're already
You have to
doing
have
it.
some poise. So they see the EU getting away with all kinds of
SXTP's
shenanigans, so,
looking good, too.
They're trying to follow in step as well. So, I
SXTP's
have no
looking
idea.
good too.
But Apple will, I'm sure again,
So,
way above my pay grade, but I'm sure
I
Apple
don't
will
trade
figure out whether it's
green
worth it
stocks a
for
lot,
them
but if I was to
because,
trade a green
they're
stock,
willing
it
to
would
take
look
hit,
like
right? But
this.
they just don't want it to be on their world.
It would look exactly like
But my
this.
concern is it's a repeat theme. You're abusing your market position in the App Store to siphon off 30 some odd % from app developers or whoever else, service providers. And that seems to be aggravating the regulator, and it doesn't matter where. They're under investigation for that in the United States, Europe, India, basically everywhere. So
they rent some
my,
Fugazi stuff in their App Store.
they do, but I'm concerned for a couple of reasons. One, it forms part of their service revenue, which is by far their highest margin product, something like 80% some odd gross margins. So if you get clipped with that, if you have to change your business model around how you're structuring payments around the App Store, and that 30%
Could
is
be
no
popping
longer
here.
guaranteed, there's going to be a
We could be
correction
popping
in the
here.
fundamentals, in the
540.
valuation. And so my concern is there anything that fills that gap with that
538.
get some other sort of service revenue
Looking good.
that helps
Looking
balance that
real
out? And
good.
forthcoming, I don't see anything forthcoming. Okay, so that does concern me a little bit. We need to be alive to that because it's a recurring theme. It keeps happening, right? And regardless of the jurisdiction. So it is what it is.
That's definitely true, man. I think it's something you have to watch out for as
Yeah, 374 on Saidu.
Exactly it, man. Exactly it. All right, NAMM.
Still going up, brother.
Gally, I've got a couple of
10%.
trades on this one. We just got into some more.
373.
I don't want to say the $0.50 because it's breached the $0.50 before, but I'm gonna give it a little bit of room below the $0.50. RCAT continues to do well. It just popped up into another beak winner there. I believe I got filled at 65. Still waiting at 69 for a print. Nothing doing on that. But we're going to continue to keep an eye here on NAMM as well as RCAT. Let me throw in my stop here on NAMM. We're going to go just like
Yeah,
that.
it's getting there.
A little bit of room, NAMM, how many shares we have? Good.
Almost
All right, so
11%.
throw that on there and come what may. The
Climbing.
Cyril Megastar, Sharif, hot take only to spark thought. If you go to Target, do you use their register at checkout? Why with the App Store on Play Store? is that an issue? That's a fantastic question, brother. And many people have asked that. I think basically is their excuse is they want to control
Looks good.
the App Store because they want to control the user experience. They don't want it to be a free for all like the what are they called, the Android store? Are they still calling it Play Store or the Play Store?
Yeah.
Right? Play Store, Assassino? Yeah. So, that's their excuse. Whether you believe that or not, that's kind of been their thing. No, everything's got to go through us. We need to be able to control everything. And we've seen them, to be fair, control a lot of these apps. Why do you think Mark Zuckerberg can't stand Tim Cook? Because Timmy C has been
Timmy C.
bullying Mark Zuckerberg for the last few years into how he can
Timmy
build his
C.
product.
I love that.
Right? So many things Mark Zuckerberg wanted to do and put into the Meta app that was kiboshed, was vetoed by Timmy C.
Kiboshed.
So you see Meta now really pushing to control their own destiny.
You got 300?
So
Nice.
the excuse
That looks
they've
pretty
been using
good.
about we need to control the user experience.
I'm gonna step away and use the restroom, you
That's
guys.
an entirely different story. But they have.
So feel free to
they've
take a
been
break
doing that since
yourselves.
I remember we used to be able to
Like,
generate
comment,
videos,
subscribe, all that good stuff. Helps me out. It's free. Doesn't cost you
I don't
anything.
know. Everybody has.
You might hear about a good stock in here from somebody in here.
All right. Just before we get to the super chat,
You might not.
We still doing it live on the cat? No, we haven't.
You might hear about a stock you don't like.
But Obi, you have super chat there.
Yes, sir. So,
But we're headed up every day, man. So it's
say, short on MU.
it's good.
I
It's
see
good.
the
It's good. It's
decline
good.
to 20 EMA. I don't know. I don't like.
All right.
tell me what chart I'm looking
Be right back. CRML. It is. It's popping. CRML's up 19%, y'all. CRML. That's the critical metals. But I'm gonna leave it on Saidu, Santiago down there.
We can take a look at this one as well, but I don't really.
Told us about this stock right here, and it's looking real good, up 11.5%.
You see that? All I did
Climbing.
was just draw that.
Climbing. Thank you guys for the subscribes. Thank y'all.
As well, I should be shorting on the
Really does help.
at 391s. I got 380.
Really does,
So I
man.
know that I have to size accordingly, especially if I'm below.
I had some
this
people unsubscribe because if you talk about a stock somebody doesn't like, they unsubscribe.
So yeah, I saw
What's
this
Lucy
happen,
doing?
and then
I like this stock. I really do like this stock right here. Lucy's a good one, and it's been a good one for a while. Depends on your definition of good. My definition of good is
risking to
opportunity.
That's a
Lucy gives you the opportunity every now and then. I like it. Up 9%.
Right, and I'm getting in at 389, so almost
Right, exactly. Haters. Like,
$2 and some odd dollars there. Almost $3.
if you trade stocks, AMC and GameStop is part of it. You can't just not talk about AMC, GameStop, or any of them.
Moving average. Yeah, I'll pull in my other chart. Let me get my moving average.
They all deserve their time.
8, 21, 50, 100.
Just because it's not a stock that you don't like doesn't mean that it's not one that you can like. It just probably, you probably traded it wrong. That's all right. Netflix is looking real good, y'all. I like it down there at 84. I'd love to get some more Netflix, get back in there under 80. I know that that's not probably going to happen again, but
in at 389.30. So here's the thing about certain types of trade.
closer Netflix gets to $80, the more I do like it.
With different indicators, because that tells
And right before, let's see, I step away for a second. Let's look at AMC.
EMA, a little tighter.
Let's look at it. Wow, it's up 4%, y'all. I mean, hate it all you want. AMC has opportunities to trade. 168 looks good.
Getting involved, you understand.
Yeah, a lot of people trade with emotion. Oh yeah, and it's really easy to do that.
Some of the probabilities might be stacking in my favor here.
Really easy to do that.
I'm watching how the participants are interacting with some of these prices on the way up.
GameStop's up
And is that
6.5%,
distinctly
looking
different now as
good
well?
too.
Plus, does the market
23.
turn at the same time to give me some more tailwind at the same time? So a lot of factors of confluence, but yeah, maybe just all that boils down to, oh, I got to get in here because I think
AMD
that
popped.
This is more likely to go down.
Nice opportunity here early if you had the money.
Anyways, it's time.
248 to 254.
Neil with his lesson of the day.
That would have been a good trade if you had the money. So it's always opportunities out there in the market, you guys.
Incredibly range bound
AMD
today here.
255 all the way down here. 248, then right back up just a few minutes later. Well, an hour later, back to 255. So opportunities out there.
697. Let's talk
Just gotta look. Just gotta find them.
market and what's pushing us higher. We know yesterday there was a nice rally, as you can see, from
And like I said,
this
this one's looking more and more and more like a good trade here. Catching it here and letting go of it anywhere above there. Because that would be a good trade right here. Could be. So I'm going to leave these two tabs up for you guys. I'll step away and I'll be right back. I appreciate all the engagement, you guys.
You know, news breaking immediate TSLA.
Wow. Let me put it back on Saidu.
CEO Elon Musk appeared in this conversation in Davos with BLK or BlackRock CEO Larry Fink, saying, amongst many other things here, that they're going to be doing a lot of solar, both SpaceX and Tesla, that he actually thinks that space will be a great place for a data center because it stays cool, which is one of the bigger issues they have. He also said they're going to be expanding robotaxis quite aggressively, and he also mentioned his last thing here with regards to TSLA. Beyond the robotaxis, he said that basically he thinks that the approval timeline
SXTP.
that of Europe when it comes to
Yeah, that thing's looking good.
earnings after the bell. What to expect your revenue 3.4.
All right, y'all. I'll be right back. Thank y'all for being here. Thank you for the likes, the comments, and the subscribes. We talk about stocks every single week. I come out with picks for you guys, so go check the videos. Some of those stocks are still good. Some of my favorite stocks, obviously, Open Door. But yeah, so join the team, you guys. It's free. It doesn't cost anything.
New standard with its intranasal brain first approach to concussion treatment. With an
I'll be right back,
$8.9
y'all.
billion market on the horizon, Oragenics is positioned to drive what comes next. To see what's out and book a meeting today. Don't even have to book Neil lesson of the day because it's right here. We're going to go over to it right now. Neil, what's the lesson for the people today?
Thanks, Adair. I mean, you could book if you want, but you know everyone gets it for free anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. You don't have to take reservations. But one thing you do need if you want to be a successful trader is an edge. And I'm going to say, you hear this a lot. Oh, if you're going to trade, you have to have an edge. What is your edge in this trade? And I think for the first time, we always describe our patterns, the actions that we like to take. And I'll use an example with Sharif in a quick second, because you know clearly he has a strategy as well that's unique. When we had Luis on this morning, he talked about what they look for in gap trades from the Barcelona office of Real Trading, and he's done exceptionally well over the last few years, and for a long time actually. He's been trading for over a decade. They look specifically at small cappers, and there's one thing that he said which perfectly exemplifies edge, and he even used the term edge. And for anyone that didn't pay attention, or maybe you weren't watching and you want to go back and look at it, it was as simple as this. Looking at the gap up small cappers that are up double digits, 60% of the time they close beneath the open price, meaning from 930 they are down. And that's data, that's his edge. Now, how you treat that edge is up to you. So for him, he's using that data to simply say, I'm looking for the ones that are short, and then he weeds that down by things like if it's breaking out pre-market highs, aftermarket is open, if it's got too big of a short float, all kinds of other things that might say, well, I don't like that short over the other. And then, of course, you need some short entry, but the edge is for him. Now, that doesn't have to
to be your edge. You can have all kinds of, I hear Obi talk about confluence and trades, and I like the mean reversions as well. Like, it's like, I need this to happen for it to be an actual worth the mean reversion. That's what you're looking for. It can be any kind of edge. And just to take it a step further, to show you two examples, so the PSQH, this would be one where, okay, the short works, but my guess is at 9:30, this does not meet Luis's requirements right away. It's breaking out. This one's looking pretty strong. It's taking up some of the highs. Oh, wait a minute. Get to 9 o'clock. Oh, lower high at 9 o'clock. Then you get to the open and it's broken lower. So the whole time, probably watching it, probably doing nothing in the pre-market. Once it opens up, it's underneath the wall, made its highs, it's putting in lower highs. This is trend down. So immediately he's able to weed that one out and then looking for short. Now, whether you could find a short, that's up to you at that particular point. There was also HC.
All right, making a cup of coffee. Where are we at? Still trying in the 368, 527.
9:30 again. Tries to and it just trends down. And when you think about this from a risk reward standpoint, you get one or two that you can clearly see there's a lot of opportunity when they pull back. So being able to weed out which ones suit your style and which ones don't, that's a good portion of the game. Identifying what your particular edge is. Obi's a mean reversion trader, so he has to identify which ones he likes better than others. I'm the same way. Well, you have to identify which ones are setting up and which didn't. All morning long, people were saying to me, like, you got to look at Tesla. You got to trade Tesla. And at no point was Tesla said, like, I just didn't have an entry. If you were the only potential entry that I could see that.
What do you mean there wasn't an entry?
Was, all right, you're pulling back into prior close.
See, that's not true, bro. They give bad advice.
That was it, because it's a complete
Tesla definitely had an entry this morning when it fell. I can pull the chart up and show you.
It didn't set up a mean reversion until right about now. Like, that's a trend trade. So
And that guy
there would be something there for me. So
apparently doesn't ever short anything. So if you never short anything,
one step further, I've heard Sharif say, I think it's not
why would
bad
you
idea.
tell
He likes
somebody
looking at longs, and
that
so
there's
he'll be
not a
looking at
trade?
the long side to try to figure out how to short as well. It's always great to extend. But remember,
Let me pull the chart up.
expand your trading with
There's not a trade.
making that kind of a lead. As long as the
There
trade
wasn't a trade in Tesla this morning, is what he said.
then you can always scale up what it is that you are doing.
Now, look at that chart.
You don't have to necessarily throw it out. They
Fuck
have
do
the
you
whole
mean,
thing
bro?
And then just take more
There
trades. There is so
and
many
obviously
different ways you
there,
can make
right after the
money, but it
bell,
all starts with identifying
right
what
before the
edge
bell.
that you have is.
No,
And it should be obvious why that's important. But I'm
So,
gonna say it.
yeah. Keep giving people bad advice, brother.
In the markets, you are going up against.
While
let's be real,
talking
you're
about
going up against
while it's going up too.
a lot of
Hmm.
rail traders and a lot of algos
Doesn't make
that are
sense.
just going to have advantages that you don't. So
Shit
your
don't
job
make
as
no
a trader
sense,
is to
actually.
discover some kind of an edge that you can have in the market and then apply it. And I'll tell you, after 20 years,
Talking shit about a
ain't
stock
always
that is
the
headed
sexiest things out there that end up making
directly
money.
up.
Sometimes it's very simplistic, like Louise said, catching the back end of these small cap runners when they stop going. Quick scalp mean reversion plays, breakout trades, closed trades, IPOs, that kind of whatever it is. Find your edge and make sure you hit it. And if you don't have an edge,
All right, brother.
it's okay not
Have a
to
good
do it.
day, man.
That's the other side. If you're still looking for that, it's perfectly fine. I know lots of traders that just push. They just keep on trying anything and everything while losing money instead of first discovering something that works and then hitting it. Like, there's no point to, I just got to trade more. I just got to hit for more stuff.
There's no point to it.
Trading all that stuff.
Stock's headed straight up.
Back off and find yourself an edge. And until you have that edge, there's nothing wrong with sitting on the sidelines. When you've got it, then
He picked a really bad stock
hopefully
to
that
talk
helps. There's
about.
the lesson of the day, everybody. Good luck. Market is trying to break back out as we speak. Intel at the highs. You already see Tesla up 1.5%. Should be an exciting afternoon. Back to the boys.
Oh, now.
Enjoy my lunch.
Now it's up 1.5. Now he says something good about it.
I saw that, Neil. I saw that. I know maybe you didn't mean that, but you know what? When I see this,
Perhaps, maybe.
when I see this, well,
He makes a great point there. Like you gotta develop edge, and then just very good point. Do not trade live if you don't have some edge, and you can test all of those things in the simulator, and then develop
In the simulator.
before you start putting some real risk on the line. That's definitely a great recommendation there as well.
there's a difference between the psychology aspect of the sim and life. There's no
For
question.
some people, yes.
Okay, let me just get to the point of what I make. But there is no difference between your technique. If you are not profitable in the sim because your technique doesn't make money, why do you reason that it makes money? But of course, the psychology is not the same. Holding shares, especially, aggressive amounts of shares, especially when you're on a show, it's a little different. Certainly.
Yeah, it is, dude. That's why I don't trade like
there are
that.
variances, but I do see where there are overlaps between the two. So, shout out to everybody who is hustling every day.
That's exactly why I don't go live when I'm
to
trading.
become a better trader. Good on you guys. It's one of the hardest things, as we know.
Not when I'm really trying to
Extremely
trade.
high.
Because you
guys are
can't
here, you're doing it
focus.
live. And thank you for joining Obi and I and the entire
All the
crew.
people that
All
you
right, let's get back
watch
to work here. RCAP
live
is
trading,
on. Ram, didn't you tell me one time that I had to...
they're probably not smashing home runs.
Yeah. Get it, Ram. All right, we're in RCAT here at 36. It's showing me 69er, and we're looking for the print into
Niner.
the high on this one. Trying to pass.
Yo, shout out to everybody that subscribed. Thank y'all.
It's taken a long time to break through.
Thank y'all so
77s,
much.
and that is the high of the day. So what's harder?
We're almost at 1,100 subscribers.
Way harder.
Really
Super
close.
Unstructured. That's why. All right, so that's what. There we go. We just took out 69er, and now we're a few pennies away from the high of the day. The high of the day.
All right, we got IPOs coming up, y'all. We got IPOs.
$17.70.
We got BitGo, we got EQPT, and we got LIFE.
I'm actually waiting at 77s. I didn't mean to, but I like 77 as a number, so I was close that. And
What do we
I
like?
don't see any real resistance in that area other than the high of the day. 73 now showing up. 74 is now showing up. Can we get a little bit higher? All right, let's see if we can take out the high of the day. I've got 88
IPO, Ethos Technologies, anywhere between 18 and 20 bucks. When is this happening?
High day 85. It is not treating me well. We're in. At
When is this?
29th.
29th.
Now, and we've taken the.
What is that?
Position on
The
it, so I'm not
29th?
adding any more here. Just before we go to Obi, NAWM
Thursday.
has awoken.
So
and
Thursday.
it's trend over here. It just
IPO on a
happened.
Thursday.
25.
Oh,
It's
sorry.
to the high there at 397.
IPO on a Thursday sounds good. $18 sounds really good.
Are done at the moment based upon that 1125 topping till candle. The high of which, sorry, 1 second, 97. This candle high 97. So it didn't break structure. So be careful here on NAWM. That 97 seller is still there.
All right, guys, let me ask you this: if somebody handed you $1.25 million,
BitGo
would you
looks
process
good
it?
too.
Adjust your upside. That's the opportunity
That's
the
today, y'all.
network provides.
What? IPO today on BitGo?
That gives traders
Why didn't anybody tell me that?
access to and live
BTGO.
accounts every single day. We've already paid millions to traders.
Did
around
you
the world
guys know
with
this?
Same day and daily payouts.
This is
now,
today, you
are
guys.
50% off.
$18 make you holler.
You can find the link below or scan the QR code. Check it out. Don't. All right, guys. So the ES made it all the way back.
$15 to $17, and then it went to 18, and then IPOs today. So it's probably gonna happen around 2 or 3 o'clock, which is in a few hours.
That's what I see here. We're currently trading below 25,700s here.
Interesting.
Bit of a sell from there after a strong bid off of the lows, off of 25,550s, 540s, roughly in that area. So I'm looking for what is the strongest, and Meta continues to stay the strongest here, Sharif. So let's see. Softy was having a bit of trouble over the past couple of days here. Strong sell-off yesterday.
Interesting.
Was a crazy sell-off here on Microsoft. So let's see what it did today. Yeah, man. I was just like, I think they also
Wow,
had
IOBT. Oh my Lanta.
and the market was kind of
Oh
so
my
Lanta.
Lanta.
Quite a lot more. than the
Are
recent
y'all
highs.
seeing this?
On the day low break, it gives you a 2% push.
IOBT.
On that market swipe up, where everybody's very buying very aggressively. Maybe not everybody, but certain participants had to buy very aggressively on that news. You can see it just comes in back into VWAP, and that's where sellers were in the morning, and that's where sellers came in once again at the end of the day here. Today we hold some of those closing prices on the dip off of the open, and we're coming back into the opening range here.
IOBT.
So that's very interesting to me. Let's see what Microsoft does with this 450 level, 450.20.
No, dude, that's not what I'm trying to do.
That's the opening.
Actually,
entire opening session high here at the same time. So we'll see if Microsoft can continue to push higher, if the ES breaks through this highs and the Nasdaq gets up there as well, and if some of these mags can continue.
Yeah, let's just do that.
Going, you can see here, Amazon as well pushed above, well above that 235, so making fresh highs on the week. We got a super chat from Control Alt Escape. Love it. Nice. Was your name before this Control Alt Delete? Because I'm curious, because I know that's changed a little bit as well. But
is Control Alt Escape a Mac thing?
No, it's
what does it do on PC?
Oh,
do it all.
Nice. I did it.
What did it do?
You just closed the window.
Sorry.
There you go. So
My bad. I thought that was Alt F4. Isn't that Alt F4 to close the window?
You can do that.
Pretty sure.
You can do that as well.
Okay.
So RGTI, that 21 SMA looking like a glove. Okay, so let's take a look at that one here on RGTI. For the past few months might be worth a look to either side. I like that. I like that.
Hold on, I gotta interrupt. Sorry. NAMM is breaking out, guys. Here we go. It just took out 4. It's rocketing
It's up
right now. Be on the lookout.
82%.
Sorry to interrupt you.
Wow, it
But
is
then the breakout, you know how quite
96%.
fleeting these are. They don't spend too much time anywhere. NAMM
Wow.
430 high. It just rocketed through 4. Oh my goodness, Obi, we just printed a new high a day. Here we go on the NAM one.
Yeah, that thing is on
Into
fire.
the high. Good breakout there. Sorry to interrupt you, but these ones, they're just super quick.
Yeah, I was thinking of Control Shift Escape. That's what I was talking about. That's why I was like, wait, I know that one. Anyways, RG. It lets me into your mainframe. I like that. Thank you. Control Alt Escape here. What's that? Alt F4? Yeah. That's. I mean, you already know. In the MMOs, people, you have those noobs coming up to you for help, and they'd be like, "Hey, how do we do this? How do you do that?" And you'd say, "Oh, you just hit Alt F4 to get the item," and then GG's.
Whoa.
So anyways, you did
SEGG.
get me with that one, so congratulations. RGTI, let's go to a higher time.
Whoa.
The weekly, then we'll go back to the chat here and see what he said specifically, saying the 20
What are we doing?
like well for the past few months. Okay, all right. So let's go.
What are we
let's throw that
doing?
on. Take this view off, and then let's just go to you're talking about an SMA here. Simple moving average. We'll change that to a 21 period here. Boom, that's done. Right here, so 21 period. Riding it for a few months. Yeah, I guess on the weekly or the daily, maybe you're looking at the daily. Either way, it really depends on what frame you're looking at this. If you're saying for the past few months, maybe you're looking at it on a monthly chart. That's way extended in terms of the price is way extended off of that. If you're looking at a weekly, we'll just go down. Weekly, yes, it was riding and then accelerated, extended way off of it, reversion back into some of those moving averages there, back into structure as well, back into this high at $21, $22.
Lottery.com.
So yeah, either way, sure, man. But here's the thing: what's the most recent thing?
Where are
that's
you
happened?
going, buddy?
We went to 58 and slammed back down.
Where you
Sellers
headed?
were in charge very much after a bout of buying. The buyers were very much in charge with expanding volume. We're dropping down off in volume here as well.
Stock is still up 40% this
Either
week.
way, on top of this consolidation, I don't think I personally look at it
Looking good.
off of the SMA here, but
I like it.
this is how I would look at more of a consolidation because again, moving averages are trend indicators. They work well when things are trending. But here, it's not really trending. It's sideways, so it's a range. So a range indicator, which I don't necessarily really like to use, is RSI, and I think that RSI is very, you got to be very specific
Interesting.
in the ways you use it. Anyway,
SXTP.
how I like to play ranges here is just simply supporting resistance. Where's the high of the range? You can mark that off. Where is the low of the range? Oh, what you can see here, I do have some
Unreal,
negatives as well.
man.
So there's a lot of different confluence in this area where, you know, we're pulling back and really we have mean reverted to an area of interest, not only on the chart, but off of some indicators like anchored VWAPs as well. But to keep it simple, how do I look at this range here? Below the range, 21s, high of the range, 30. So both ways, yeah, potentially through this range break, we could enter back into this range here from before where we blew off from. And you can see this is where buyers were before. This is where buyers were before. So maybe after some price acceptance, we get some more buying after about
Altis up, ALTM.
But those are all the different ways that I would perceive this action. Maybe not all the different ways, but some of the ways that I would.
Netflix
But the range stands
looks
out to me
good.
after a strong flush. We've just been consolidating and maybe some price acceptance in and around these 25s, give or take $5. So that's what we're looking at.
I like it.
But you got to take a look at the whole sector as well, right? Maybe you want to look at IO and Q as well. I know that's part of this as well, and that's holding up, I think, probably better.
Looking real good.
It's on a monthly. It looks like it'll fit. No, it's still extended on the monthly, but weekly you can see it's kind of orbiting and slowly trending up, higher highs and higher lows as well on IO and Q here.
PDS Biotechnology, guys, trading on the NASDAQ.
POS?
PDSB.
PDS.
It's transforming how the immune system targets and fights cancer with initial focus on HPV-16 positive head and neck cancer. HPV-16 RAM can cause head and neck cancer, and more people, sadly, are facing these high-risk cancers than ever before. HPV-16 positive head and neck cancers are projected to become the most common type of head and neck cancer in the USA in a few years. To learn more, you need to check out www.pdsbiotech.com.
Don't tell me what to do, bro.
Shout out to them. Always, you know, a noble cause when you're trying to fight the cancer, the scourge of cancer. Everybody, obviously, I don't know everybody, but a lot of people.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of companies out there that are trying to do that.
That's not what I mean. I mean, most families have been plagued by some sort of cancer mishap in their family, and I know we weren't spared. Certainly not. All right, guys.
Yep.
I got back into NAMM more for a scalp though, as this one is still kind of an area of indecision. What I'm looking for here is a 4 hold. Okay, holds 4, comes back down and tests 4, and here it comes right back down into that 404. Shout out to the highway. We're keeping an eye for a $4. Oh. Right, you will only understand that if you're from Toronto, right? ASTI just broke out, guys. Here we go. I got to cover this as well. One withers away, and the other one kind of does a little bit better. 8 ASTI. This one is breaking trend and taking out 6, and here comes the buying. ASTI at 35%. Be on the lookout for that. But I'm keeping an eye on NAMM. I'm looking for a general 4 hold. You know, with that, I want to say a range, 390 to 4. If it holds that level, I'm quite interested in getting back in. In addition, if it takes out current bar high in the next bar, what I'm talking about is the 1225 bar on the 5-minute chart. It takes out current bar high, which is 32, excuse me. So I put a breakout trade for 33. I'm interested in getting back in on NAMM. I've been really packing my patience here on RCAT. I think my patience is running thin. I'm moving up my stop to local area low. That takes us to the bar here at 1205, the low of which is 46. I'm in at 36. I'm okay with that. That gives me a 10 penny win on the last remaining amount. But I'm also running out of patience with USAR. Even though I see a whole bunch of buyers, look at all these bottoming tail candles at 73. We're going to have to pause for a second because we got breaking news.
Sorry, guys, let's talk about JP Morgan. JPM on watch. Fox Business reporting that U.S. President Donald Trump has filed a $5 billion lawsuit against JP Morgan and Jamie Dimon. Why? Because he be suing JPM and Jamie Dimon for $5 billion.
What?
Aren't they buddy buddy?
That's crazy.
Well, you didn't hear what
$5 billion?
Jeremy said yesterday at Davos?
Was it for $5 billion?
What?
You didn't hear some of the comments that I call him Jeremy for fun, guys. I know his name is Jamie. You didn't see what he said? Oh man, he talked about immigration. He already said he doesn't like tariffs. He reiterated that. He made other statements as well. What did he say? Something, I don't know if he commented about Greenland. But anyway, it was kind of that middle ground. And he called himself a globalist, by the way. He was being interviewed by that woman that works at The Economist. And by the way, you guys want a down the middle take on the economy and the world? The Economist is him. I absolutely love The Economist. Other institutions, but anyway, so I thought it was a fair interview. I don't know her name, but she's fantastic. She's all over their social media, The Economist, this woman, right? And, he thought she was trying to get a headline from him. Yeah, he's anti this, he's anti that. And so he was just like, all right, I'll call myself a globalist. There's your headline, take it. But anyway, I kind of knew something was going to come as a result of that. We'll have to wait and see exactly what happens. $5 billion.
That's crazy.
Oh boy.
We got Vizbot with a super chat here, so thank you very much, Vizbot, saying, Obi, your calm mood has helped me improve my discipline. You true.
Yes, sir.
You helped me analyze small caps. Much love to you both. Remember, you are making a difference.
We appreciate you, man. We do, and that really does move the needle for us, guys. It's so hard to see, and feel what the other side of the screen is, and we're in our own little world over here, right? So comments like that really move the needle.
For sure, man. I think getting a lot of more senior traders tell me this, that a lot of the best trading is very boring. It's nothing exciting. It's nothing crazy. And in order to maintain effective execution, and mindset, you have to have somewhat of a calm mindset, because again, you have to be able to perform in situations of high pressure and high stress, and sometimes it can be very stressful. So it's just like, if you can develop that demeanor, then definitely, for sure, it helped me as well. There was a time where I would get excited for at something, it would take up like 5-10 pennies, right? Or something it's like a couple dollars in the money. I'd be like, oh my god, this is gonna go, and then that caused me to maybe take profits too fast or get aggressive with being like, oh, I want some more, right? Not the best decisions. Like, we can still have a good time, we can still have fun while still staying calm. I like it. I like that it's helping you with your discipline. It definitely has helped me with mine as well over time here. Micron continues to trail higher here as the market kind of consolidates sideways. So I haven't taken a look at SNDK in a while. JPM is now on my watch because of that bit of news. So we did get a little bit of volume here, volume spike maybe through the high of day at around 1206, but a flush right back down. And JPM, let's take this SMA out of the way. I don't like that. So JPM has been in a bit of a range. So let's just mark that off. So opening range is the only range that I'm really concerned with as of right now. Seems like opening prices. There was a wick low here, but I'm going to call it in and around here where it's touched multiple times. So we'll just keep it simple and be like, that is the first 3-minute opening range right here. We attempt to push the high of the range. We're coming back into the low of the range here. There's a bit of a base that did form here at 304.70s. So let's see if that potentially comes in. Now on a catalyst, volume dependent as well. Let's see if the volume spiked through the high of day, right?
Oh my
so
God.
Maybe participants are pushing into that. High of day break on JPM. We broke out of prior day's highs, and prior day's double top held that as support. So that's a little bit of a level as well. So let's see what happens with this potential catalyst here on JPM. I don't think, $5 billion for JPM, I think they make that in about 15, 20 minutes every single day. I don't think that's going to that big of a deal. But yeah, we'll see how the action pans out. It's not really. I mean, it's not really reacting in any sort of.
All right, you guys. I think I'm gonna wrap up the live
But I will have to.
so I can focus
sometimes
on
things
a
are
little
good,
bit of
sometimes to disseminate
the trades here, but I am
disseminate.
buying Netflix. It looks like
Might take a little longer.
Paramount has extended the deadline for the Warner Brothers bid, and that is the reason for it headed back down. So I do like that. I think Netflix is gonna be the winner of the bid.
Triple digits, guys. We're long at 33s. Here comes 90. We're doing it live. We're back into NAM, not NAM for those who have PSTD, no, PTSD, excuse me. But we're keeping an eye here. It's an 85 high. It's showing me 72s right now. Keeping a close eye on this one. There's 75. There's a move into 80s again. Now I've got my next profit taker north of 5. I've wet the beak at 77s. That's good enough for me. We don't have too many outs left, so I'm looking for continuation through 5 on this monster. And here comes 80. Again, it's an 85 high, mind you. There was a seller here at 33 that just not 33, excuse me. Where was he? 30. He got killed. They killed him. So we're gonna see if his obituary is in the newspaper tomorrow. But straight up, we're looking for a $5 break on this one. I've got my next profit taker at 510. We'll see what this one has to offer separately. I'm looking back at getting in the cat. I did have to stop out because it did lose that area low that I was talking about, the candle at 1205, the low of which is 46. So I did get stopped out at 46. I was in at